4, 3, 2, 1. For it. And we are live! Hi, everybody!
Hello,
Ray, good to glad
everybody.
to have you. Kiko, good to glad to have you. Ray, good to glad to have you. Raven, good to glad to have you. Infinite, good to glad to have you. V, good to glad to have you. And Mary, good to glad to have you.
It's very good to be here.
You doing okay? I know that you had a bit of a migraine this morning, so we're a bit out of it.
I did have a bit of a migraine, but I'm mostly okay now. Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Well, would you like to remind our friends what we were up to last time?
Absolutely. We went to go and get the fire crystal, and in the process we went to a cool ship, but maybe not the best engineered ship that was made by Sid, I believe. And it blew up, and then, well, yeah, the ship blew up, right, but the castle didn't. But the castle's crystal did blow up, and then we got our next classes, accepting some optional ones, which we will get later on in the story, I think. Yeah, and then we've sort of talked to Sid. We got him freed from the prisons. He said that he was going to go around and try and save the crystals, but he somewhat failed in the duty. So we've got one last crystal to go and get now ourselves.
Yeah. And we got the reintroduction of Mididal.
That's true, mid-spec, yeah.
Which I'm kind of hopeful that they'll have. It's always interesting when there's a reference in a Final Fantasy game that's like gone for a game or two and then comes back, wasn't as common.
Yeah, it's even weirder when there's things that go away for like 8 games and then come back for like forever.
You know what my theory is with that is you have someone who played that, like, let's say it was a 4 reference, and then they ended up on the team for like 12, and so they cared about that because they grew up on it, but no one else was caring about it in the meantime.
I think that makes sense. That would be a way for us to. Yes, Yukio Elio has clearly farmed a lot. I can see all the stars above the characters.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not as much as I'd like, because I sadly can't farm and do other things on my computer at the same time because I have to have a main monitor, but I definitely did a little bit. Where were we? We were getting another ship. Doesn't have any items. East Story. Okay, where's East Story? Oh, okay, it's up north. Well, apparently you can get Ramu from these trees here, so we're gonna grab that quick, and then that'll give us a second to keep talking.
Is that the origin of the striking tree?
Oh! No, I think the striking tree isn't the striking tree related to a myth? No, I'm saying that like I have any certainty of that. I guess for some reason, some part of my brain tells me that it reminds me of some myth, some like Norse myth or something.
It could.
But then again, it's Ramu.
Yeah, Ramu's,
like it wouldn't.
Yeah, Ramu's wholesale invented.
Yeah, you want to look into that for me real quick?
I can do.
Yeah, Yukio, good to glad to have you. And V, yes, I'm glad you're feeling better than Neri. Oh, hey, wow, that was easy.
Oh, okay. Hi, Ramu. Let's just kick her ass now. Oh, no. Anyway, I can't find anything on the striking tree in, at least in those words.
What was the first game he showed up in?
Is it 3? Let me have a look.
That would, yeah, especially with some. I could have imagined 2, but I'd probably 3. Ifrit? What are you doing here? Wait, I cast fire on her, and that's all. Lord Ramu, I see you have become even more powerful. If you would lend us that strength to us. Ifrit, no need to say more. You and I have never been enemies. Ramu over here just being reasonable from the get-go.
Is that a concurrent sort of character trait of Ramu that we're going to find more and more? Because he is obviously in 14. He's the more.
He's 14, not present in 10. I gotta think about that. Grave, Levi, good to go to have you. Sleds in, howdy howdy, good to see you, lady. Glad to have you. Ifrit joins instantly as well if you use Shiva. Oh, it's an instant join for them as well. But it's interesting, I got an instant join there, but all I did, I think, was cast fire. I didn't even cast Ifrit.
I wonder if that's some weird code stuff.
Yeah, I wonder it's because because I believe no, I didn't turn on summoner, but we have a summoner. Like, we have Ifrit, and it flags for if you have Ifrit and if fire spells cast.
I think that's plausible, yeah. I wonder if it registers fire damage being received by Ramu, and then it says, there you go.
I need to start talking about Bard near the Sheep's Pen. Okay, there's a missable. Man, there's a lot of missable things in Final Fantasy V. Gotta talk to the. I gotta figure out how to get to that part. Yeah.
It looks like Ramu first appeared in 3, yeah.
Okay. Does he have any personality trait in 3? I don't remember him.
I doubt it. With the way, maybe in 4. I wonder if he appears in 4 because then maybe you can get some stuff like Rydia.
4 has Titan, has. I don't remember Ramu. I know we just played it, but maybe he is in there.
So,
how do I get
yeah, you can summon Ramu in 4, but he's like, you don't get him. He's like one of the ones that she automatically has, so probably less notable.
So he doesn't have like a personality or anything?
No.
Okay, how do I get into the back?
I guess it must be this game then, that you know, is the first sign of his character.
What? Can you check for 6, 7, and 8, and like, and 9, and like, okay, I can clearly see that there's a way in from back there, or at least an exit. How do I get there? Tracy, good to see you, glad to have you. Like, good to see you, glad to have you. How are you all doing this fine day, my fellow travelers of the world?
So he doesn't in 7 because he's just found in the gold saucer.
Right. 7 also has a lot of missable stuff, and 6 has missable stuff. Like, the era of missable stuff, I wonder when that ends. It's interesting because 10 has... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think Ramu is a major lore character in 6, because I think he's related... Yeah, it says here he's Terra's guardian, so yeah, I guess he's...
Right! Oh, man, I'm excited to get
this. Me too.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, Bard.
He has a personality in 9 as well.
Okay, cool. Let's get that black chocobo. Auto do that. Black chocobos. I feel like black chocobos showed up earlier. Yeah, they showed up in 4. That's when they first showed up.
Yeah, they did. And you could... Yeah, they were just...
Right, because they're...
flying ones, then, weren't they?
Yeah, and what I was trying to remember was I felt like there was something related to 14 with it. It's because they were found near Troya.
Yes. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? I remember that Ramu...
Speaking of 14...
appears in...
Sorry, go ahead.
In the 13 parade, doesn't he? Like the fake Ramu.
Yeah. 13 tries to name drop quite a bit.
It does.
Speaking of 14, though, hopefully, I think we're going to get to it today, but that's what the episode's named after, but there's the Ruin of Ronka, or Lanka, as it was originally localized as.
Well, yeah. Okay, that's a good catch.
So a little bit of Lahi going on here. Honestly, I'm excited for if they use any names from any of the later stuff. If it pops up, because I actually might catch some of them. Like, if they, I don't know, if there was a Besaid Island, or if there was, you know, a 6 reference.
Oh yeah, the Rising Mount is awesome, guys. Yeah, for sure. The Phoenix, yeah.
The Rising Mount looks awesome. Dude, yeah, that Phoenix looks great. I don't know if you know, Rowan contacted me and pointed out, we talked about it, but they confirmed it in the dev block that, there's no rider for it. You actually transform into the phoenix.
Oh, that
So
makes sense.
yeah.
You become a little mini.
Are there? I know that there's got to be at least one other mount where you transform into the mount. Well, yeah, like the lunar whale, for instance.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm not sure.
Wait, what? Yeah. You don't ride the phoenix, you become the phoenix. Like. Yeah, Rare just said it. Yeah.
To know what happens to Louis Suarez. Oh god,
Yeah.
I just assumed that he did, but yeah, maybe not actually.
I feel like, I don't know if me and you talked about that, but I feel like I definitely talked about it on a stream a while ago. And I feel like the answer is yes. The question is, did the twins tell him? And also, at least from a defensible position, the twins not telling him is going along with what they would have perceived his wishes to be, because he did not want anyone to know about the Phoenix, lest they look to the Phoenix for salvation rather than themselves.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. We all know how dangerous looking to primals can be. I mean, I think that he could be defended, you know, telling them. I think that would be a defendable action. Telling game, sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't. If that's not already happened on screen, which obviously it hasn't, then I assume it happened off screen.
Yeah, I would. What I would expect, again, my records are not always that amazing but what I would expect is we either get some kind of side quest nods to it, or that in like Encyclopedia Eorzean Volume 3, it's nodded to in like some section, like for instance, let's say there's a section for the Charlians and there was a section for Louis Suarez. There might be like an addendum thing, kind of like how there's the things for the codexes or the carbuncles for the twins, that nods to the fact that they told him of the fate, just as like a way of like, for people like us who care, we would know. But
yeah, I think that would be an interesting thing to do. Somebody was saying in chat, yeah, Yukio was saying in chat that they might add a quest to explain the Louis Suarez stuff to people, to new players, which I think could happen.
Well, so at FanFest, and I was really excited for this. So at FanFest, I'll say really quick, they pointed out that they really were interested in revisiting and redoing coils. So I think what would happen first and foremost, rather than doing that, is that they would do the long-term solution of sometime in like 7.0 or 8.0, just redoing coils and putting in a normal mode.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. They could do that. They could also maybe they could probably do it in like a story sort of sense, you know, like with NPC companions and stuff.
Yeah. Or you guys could watch our synopses over on youtube.com/Eorzean Archives.
Yes.
Not again! Another quake! What?
There's Crystal, I guess.
What the crap? The ship! Am I supposed to go back and look at the ship?
I suspect so. Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh no, the ship's sinking!
Well, it sure is. This would never have happened if we had Sildra.
Man. Okay, that's what Final Fantasy 3, 4, and 5 have all now, like, had some sort of water catastrophe. Actually, I guess 2 had a water-based catastrophe as well, didn't it? Okay.
It did. Does 6? No. Well, it has like an apocalypse catastrophe.
You have the rafts and like getting separated in that, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true, actually. Yeah, but it's
very different flavor.
It's water. It's maybe a different flavor of water, like you said. Yeah.
Japan, your island nation is showing.
Yeah.
So you can't ride Louis Suarez? No, you can't, Crepe. No, you cannot. Oh, we should buy at least one of these, because we're going to get Bard and Ranger.
Yes, good idea.
And what about the Magixes?
I like the library aspect of this. Already got it.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me too that the books have nothing in them, because I wonder if that's like a data, like not having a bunch of extra text all over the place is a data saving thing or just a developer thing. But it's like, you don't have, we have yet to get to a point where there's like a bunch of extra like world building touches in books or something. You know, like even Pokemon does it. So I wonder when that's going to start to kick in.
That's a good point. I think I remember stuff like that happening in 7. Maybe not through books, but through like interactables in the environment.
Random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must be tired from your journey. Here's a song for you. If you sing into battle, little by little, your energy will increase. Learn Mighty March.
Oh, I don't think we can use
Sad,
it
I was hoping
yet,
you would sing it. Yeah.
Yuki, you wonder what's going to come with the 16 crossover? That's a good question.
I would look to what happened with the 15 crossover. I would expect that we would get something kind of like fighting one of the primals, like fighting Ifrit, or becoming Ifrit somehow, and then fighting another primal or creature. Like I would imagine they would try to translate the iconic battle, I think is what they would. Well, it's kind of what I hope they would do. It's also kind of what I would think they would do.
It makes sense. You know, we had Rathalos, the most iconic monster from Monster Hunter.
Right. What the heck is that?
Is it a chocobo? Doesn't look like any chocobo I've ever seen.
Whatever it is, I'll catch it. Whee! It's a black chocobo.
Oh, this means they aren't extinct after all.
Guess not. I heard black chocobos can fly, so giddy up.
Nice.
That was jazzy, but then it fell out.
Oh,
it fell out of the sky.
We sure did.
Queen. Well, it didn't giddy. Did you break it or something?
Not funny, old man. Sounds like it's got something stuck down its gullet.
Wait, what? That's how we get Ranger and Bard.
Well, why not?
Why not?
Shards.
Definitely memorable.
The explosion at Karnak Castle must have sent them flying over here. Why?
And the chocobo just try to eat them?
I mean, I believe it.
And cause he swallowed them, he couldn't fly.
Huh. How do we get Mimic then? What orifice does that fall out of?
Hopefully not the other end. Resting within the shard, warrior spirit, bard, ranger.
Oh.
Ew, they're still sticky. But maybe now he'll be able to fly. That chocobo is shaking his booty.
He sure is.
I love all the ways the chocobo theme has been remixed and I love that it's a touchstone.
Yeah, this is the Mambo one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bard and Ranger, why are you the same class in 14? Yeah.
Black chocobo had to licks. Okay.
Yeah, chickens do like to
Where did
eat
he hit
anything, that's true.
Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised that a chocobo would like just be like, I'm gonna eat it. It's shiny. Chocobo theme, but you're resting on a beach slipping cocktail. Yeah. Do you have a favorite version of the chocobo theme?
I'm kind of a sucker for the classic.
Yeah.
I can sort of imagine myself, you know, jauntily going along on the back of a giant bird to it.
Yeah.
This version just makes me think of like a chocobo like dancing for some reason.
I see it. I wonder if you like Brass Chocobo. It's the 10 one. It's very good.
I might have
very
forgotten
horny.
that one, honestly.
Like horn.
The horn one?
Yeah.
I'm sure that it's on Spotify.
Oh, I can fly over mountains now. Nice. Oh, it can only land in forest. Should I tell you how to get Mimic? If we're gonna miss it, yes. It's a 4-person mount. What? The Phoenix?
Oh, so
For
you
14?
you can ride Louis 4, I guess.
Well, I think that was them asking a question. I don't know if it is. Imagine if we became Ifrit as a mount, so it goes full circle. I would imagine that the mount for 16, if there was a mount, would be... What would it be? That's a great question now. Well, probably like a Torgal mount.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's true actually. And you probably get like a tiny toggle minion as well. Then again, my only problem with the toggle mount is I feel like it would sort of step on the toes of like a Palamute mount if they do one for Monster Hunter.
Yeah, but I mean, probably still they wouldn't necessarily stop them. I mean, like there's plenty of crossover.
That's true.
So I'm about to go over tangent, which you can feel free to ignore. But I've been watching people play FF7, Chrono Triggers, Gears, and Parasite Eve recently, and I find it amazing how much it apparent that all 4 of these games had to have sprung from the same sort of conceptual wellspring. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Oh, hello.
Oh, an Ambrosius mount. Yeah, I can see that. But you okay?
Oh, Ferris. Here lies Stella. Meet my mom.
Eh?
I was born right here in this village. Mom passed away when I was still young. After that, I traveled with Dad for a long time. 3 years ago, I got real sick. Never recovered. That should do it. Here lies Stella and Dorgan, devoted husband. Dad was so strong.
Huh? Wonder what it's like.
Ferris?
They're back. Lena will worry if she wakes up and finds us gone.
I appreciate that there are these like little character beats if like you stop and stay. Like, it's same thing we've been saying about 5, but I'll say it again. Like the efforts they've gone to like characterize and give these guys like little small touches. Like think about that like kind of small moment compared to like, not that I didn't appreciate it, but Edward's like whole thing with his the ghost of his his love. Like there's something that like 4 was kind of operatic and classical at every turn, and something about this feels just very like modern and contemporary.
It's
for lack of a
definitely
better
more
way of
grounded,
putting it.
I think. The
Yeah.
there is that sort of sense, like in 7 with some of the scenes that you have, even in 7 remakes that they added in, where you're having some one-to-one time with party members and stuff. I think that this is maybe an early sign of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like Spart's house. Used to live in this house. You must have a lot of memories here. Please take your time and look around.
I wonder if there's anything secret in here for us.
Ooh, that's definitely a secret.
Is it a music
Oh, it's a
box?
music box.
Oh.
Is he asleep? You're leaving again so soon? No, I'm not going anywhere. The spasms aren't as frequent anymore. I can get by on my own now. Still, it would be nice if you stayed. Not to take care of me, but so we could be together. The family. I'd like that, but you're still sick, remember? You should get to bed. I will, dear. Just let me finish this up first. What bed? There's no bedroom. You're leaving again, aren't you? So you were awake. Daddy, are you going to get more bad guys? What I do. I want to come! You need to stay here and take care of your mother. Don't tell her you saw me leave, alright? It'll be our little secret. Okay, Daddy. Now it's time for good little boys to go to sleep. Stella, Worry about that tomorrow and come get some rest.
On the floor? Oh, she's dead.
Stella.
Well,
Stella.
I feel like rather than being shown it rather than being told it is an improvement.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, just always being giving a cutscene and also giving you the music to like go with it.
Yeah, and it being optional is where you get rewarded for looking around, but not punished for not looking around.
Yeah, I was gonna say about the Ambrosium, I was like, well, you know, like how is that any different than like a normal chocobo? But one, the 16 style is slightly different, and two, the eye patch. So actually, yeah, an Ambrosium mount would definitely work.
Yeah, I think it could work. They look cooler than our chocobos. No offense to our chocobos.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Pokemon or Ambrosium mount, just the black chocobo, just met. Weird things that infiltrate the cells of people to bring them all together. Yeah, so Levi, I think that's just part of the time. Part of it's to do with time and place. Was what I was gonna say is like the teams developing those were, you know, they're all within the same house and also a lot of the same. Think about like the amount of alien and governmental conspiracy stuff that came out of the early, mid, and late 90s in America, right? I think it's kind of part of it's that. That the people who were in creative control, there was like a zeitgeist and people in a certain form of creative control, and what sort of things appealed to them.
Yeah, true.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah, 5 leans into it. I suppose that's true, Levi, in terms of its art style and its tone. Yeah, I think that's true. I wouldn't say that 4 was struggling against it, but maybe 4 was constrained by it, and 5, you know, lives in that space more organically.
Well, I think that there's a way in which 4 is still like operatic swords and sorcery, and 5 is just, I don't know, more. I don't know, intimate's not the right word necessarily, but just like I think has more. I don't want to say it's not melodramatic, because it absolutely still is melodrama, but like it's personable. I don't know.
Yeah.
Near's a little quiet.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I can move my mic a bit.
I will also bump you up. Volume. Game little. Turn up the volume. Cool.
Right.
Where are we off to next? Go to Bart's old house. Oh, there's a, wait, I swear to we went to. Oh, then talk to the bard. Okay. Also, I just realized, is the town music the same music as the music box?
I wonder if it is. Yeah, I think it is. It's a louder, more sort of cheerful, maybe remix of it. I think it's the same basic song.
Has it? It's never shown up in 14, right? I don't remember.
So.
I don't have a memory of ever hearing it. Stella. Yeah, exactly, lady.
Oh, Levi, how are you finding Tactics Odin?
Were you surprised by how massive the prize pool from Moogle Plum Show event was? Surprised? I mean, not entirely not surprised. I wasn't shocked by it. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of all the things in it make a lot of sense. I think it also, I don't know if it's going to be going all the way till 5, you know, patch 5, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they even brought it back during like the time between 5.5 and 6.55 and 7.0. I think it's a great pool. It's a pool that reflects a lot of the history of the game and a lot. I think it's smart. So I guess like I just wasn't delightfully surprised, sure, but not particularly shocked. Since the YouTuber, contractually obligated to say like and share and subscribe. Boop the like button. Thank you, Ray Ray. Demins, good to glad to have you. I think you said something earlier, actually. Oh, Raven, good to glad to have you.
Always good to have Demins, our resident fairy.
Raven says, lately I've been sleeping in until 3 p.m. My mother just asked why you're up so early. I replied, Elio's stream.
Hey, we have
Accessibly
Bart's
gives you
in a
lots of-
fursuit.
What?
Bart's is wearing a fursuit today.
Oh, because he's Berserker. Okay, yeah. Oh boy.
Sand boil.
It's called a sand boy. I definitely read that as sand boy, and I'm kind of sad that it's not called a sand boy because that would be actually pretty good.
Sand boy would be excellent. Oh no, this again.
Okay. Both of those. Wait. No. Wait, everything leads. Oh wait, I see. There it is. Oh wait, that goes. Huh.
Puzzle.
Well, but every option literally leads back to.
Is there a specific item we need, or
Maybe like there's a Sandwalker thing.
that could be the case?
Okay.
But you think it would tell you, right?
Oh, we have to talk to Sid in mid. Okay, so we have to go talk to Sid in mid first, apparently. Man, oh my god, I keep going down this guy and there's like missable thing. There's tons of stuff, which like I'm torn because on the one hand I hate missable things, but on the other hand, like the fact that there's so many things to explore is pretty rad.
I think that's true. The only thing I wish is that they gave you more sort of diegetic warning in the game when something was missable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, you're back! Sid, we found Crescent Island, but the firepower ship sank. Already? God damn it.
Yeah,
Oh,
immediate.
so? Whatever, we'll just build a new one. More importantly, we've learned the whereabouts of King Tycoon.
What?
He was spotted in Karnak and was seen entering the desert of Shifting Sands.
Shifting sands.
It's the desert to the west of here, where the sand flows like water. Hence the name. They say that beyond the dunes is the town of ruin, but no one can ever even enter the desert to find out, let alone cross it. If no one can enter the desert, how did the king manage to do it? Good question. Witnesses claim to have seen him floating in midair. Floating?
Father. Come on. It's not like we're getting any closer to that desert by sitting around here.
It doesn't matter how close we get to it if we don't know how to get in.
Are you afraid of some sand, old man? I'm sure we'll figure something out once we see it.
Well, actually, I do kind of hate it. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Well, thank you, Demins, for becoming an archon.
Oh! Thank you for your card, Con. Enjoy your emotes. Double brooms! Let's check it out. Pray return to the moving sands.
A mithril dragon.
Taxi Over gives you a lot to play with right at the beginning, which is fine, but it's definitely the sort of thing where you just kind of need to stop overanalyzing and move forward. Yeah, that's one of my problems with, hey, is everything okay on your end?
I'm fighting it
with
again.
Your mic?
I'm fighting it again.
Do we need to get you a new setup or something?
I got a new desk, and it's got a tilted edge, and the clamp doesn't like it.
Top right and left sand lines don't look like they lead back to the beginning. Well, because they take you back down, which pushes you back to the beginning. It looks like a lot from the new Zelda. Yeah, the Berserker class is just me on the way to Texas for Fiestas. I do like how the first 3 or so battles but the main characters aren't controllable guests. I sort of got that, but I don't think it's a good start to the game. Yeah.
Doesn't Fire Emblem do the same thing, like a few times?
It depends on which one.
True.
Also, Fire Emblem kind of punishes you so hard Do I have to get float like a... Because we went here, but now it doesn't tell me anything. Because if you go up here, it takes you... Oh, okay.
Okay.
I knew this would be a hopeless endeavor.
Oh.
Wait! It ain't over till the fat lady sings, and the orchestra hasn't even started turning up yet. We'll build a bridge. It's a little risky, but you guys are all about danger, right? How it works is, we use this bell to call the sandworm. Wait, is this Dune? Then you guys waste it. And that's your bridge. So we kill a worm to turn into a bridge.
Yeah, not really building a bridge.
Not the most sophisticated method. You aren't the most sophisticated of guys.
Damn, Sid.
You're all set, we'll call the sandworm. You guys ready? Oh yeah, if you use any magic on the sandworm, you'll be sorry. Good luck. Here it goes. I arrived at the correct answer with the wrong math. Story of my entire academic career.
Hole. Huh. The sandworm can cast gravity. Ow. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh.
Why is he just getting cast on a repeat as an opener?
I don't know. It halved in damage the second time. Is the roll that big?
Well, no, it's gravity. Oh, because it's gravity. Gravity does a certain...
yes, it's percentile.
1/4 of health. Oh, fuck. Damn.
There's that classic old Final Fantasy worm texture. Well, sprite.
Well, they have the same sprite in the Scully Desert Worm.
True. That's true, yeah.
Oh, great. I can't control the Berserker, and now he's attacking the worm. He's attacking the wrong hole.
Wink, wink.
The reason it's doing so much damage is just because I have so much health. You can move your mic back to wherever it was good, by the way, Niniri. I bumped you up in volume.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm still working on getting it to stay in one place. We're having a bit of an engineering session while we're fighting this disgusting worm.
Well, actually, let me use gravity on the... Let me use his own attack on him, see how that goes.
They did say not to use spells on him.
Right! Oh, this is not good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good, it missed.
Missed, okay. Is that all? Or is he about to kill us? Oh, never mind. Either way.
The opposite is true.
Yeah, he killed himself.
Gotta love it when the internet takes a nosedive. Did we lose the internet or something? Oh, wow, it literally did turn its body into... Oh, that's cool. Game, set, and match. Now you can get into the desert. Sid, Mid, take care of the black chocobo while we're gone, okay? Good luck! Now I just want to like the adventures of Sid, Mid, and the chocobo.
Yeah.
Take care.
Oh, just your internet.
Oh, your internet did? Sorry, lady, that's a bummer. Okay, let's see. That will push us right back. That will take us out and over. That'll take us... Oh, this will all take us out and over. Okay.
Does sand boil imply that it's like an infection?
Yeah, I guess like if it looks like a pustule made of sand, I feel like a sand boil is just like a good, you know, because it looks kind of like a, you know, you've got the like orbs and eyes, and it's like a boil that, you know,
It's
comes
gross.
from out of the sand. Yeah, and just literally it's gross. True. Will take me back. Let's see it. Let's do that. Okay. That'll take me up and out and over. That'll take me back. I don't want to take that one. I don't want to take that one. This will just move me here. Oh god, whoops. Press the wrong button. The desert is going through its awkward teenage phase. It has pimples.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You could call it a teenage wasteland.
Wait, have we met desert killers in 14 yet? Like that, like weird half out of the sand thing?
I would have to look again, but sounds familiar. You could always look it up.
I could. Except for both of my hands are on
What?
I like the sand bear. He looks so sad.
That is such a fascinating choice for a monster sprite.
I love it though.
I mean, I do too, but like, but also why?
He's sad and he's a bear and he lives in the desert. He's not very well evolved for this environment.
It's the wrong climate, buddy. I know.
He's not even
Sand bear looks like
camouflaged.
it's made of moss. No. Now I'm like, see, trying to speculate on like the natural habitats and behaviors of creatures in the Final Fantasy universe, in particular in the early ones where they're not necessarily concerned about thinking about it, would be a David Attenborough's early Final Fantasy documentary would be something.
I think it'd be really fun. I mean, it wouldn't be the most functional. You'd be sort of, going wild with it, but
Is the pyramid a separate thing? Because I can see that there's staircase and stuff going up into the ruins, but there's also a way out here.
yeah. What do we want to do? We're heading to the town of Ruin, right?
Yeah. Desert Killer. These do show up somewhere. Where do they show up? Maybe it's not even 14. Maybe it's another one.
That's possible.
Their Final Fantasy. Oh, interesting. They as design art, they've been around for forever.
Oh.
Is an undead enemy in Final Fantasy 5. This is the only time that they've shown up is 5 and Pictological and Record Keeper. But I could have sworn some version of them definitely exists.
Yeah, maybe it's a different name. Because they just
Yeah.
palette swapped so much back in the day.
That'll take me right back there. That'll take me back there. What the hell was that sound?
That was a spring.
Getting to the desert.
Actually, I'm gonna mute
Am I
for
supposed
like
to go-
5 seconds, and then try to see
Yeah,
if I
go
can
ahead.
fix this in like a determined fashion.
Okay, oh. Wait, at which point do they start to think about it? I was just watching someone play FF12 and they were fighting in fish frogs in that desert. Yes, but if that's the Dalmasca Eastern Western Sand, right? Or which area is it? Because there's the Sand Ocean. Like there are places that I feel like they actually do start to think about it, and I think 12, 10 they definitely think about it. Just because it's mystical or magical in nature, like it's like feels like whimsical or natural or doesn't mean that it's like nonsensical, if that makes sense. Like a desert bear, it's not just that it's like weird, it's just also a bizarre choice. Oh, hey, yeah, there we go. It's a bizarre choice for the environment. Whereas, like, if you have, like, an elemental sprite in the Thunder Plains, yeah, an elemental sprite's bizarre, but makes sense for its habitat. Yeah, Dalmasca Eastern Sand, yeah. Because, like, there's the Sand Ocean in the Western Eastern Sand, and then there's also the, what is it called? Not the Eastern and Western Sand, it's the, it's just south of Rabanastre. Or north. The one of the first places, the Giza Plains? You know, I definitely feel like there was definitely more thought put into what enemies would show up in their relative placement. Or not relative placement, but like, for instance, bio-soldiers. Why are there bio-soldiers in the middle of the field?
Okay, I think we're back. Phew.
Welcome back. Jobs.
Yeah, in Venice, there are frogs in the desert in real life. Also, like that's a thing.
Oh right, I should actually put someone on Bard. Let's put Lena on Bard. How's audio, everyone?
Yeah, how's the audio?
Now that Ninir is. Wait, where's Ranger? There it is. Let's get some time magic. Also, I think we went through this last time. I just want to think about this. Okay, what jobs do we currently have that exist in some form of Final Fantasy? Monk, thief, rogue / ninja, ninja. Berserker is part of warrior.
Yeah.
Ranger's part of bard. Mystic Knight, there's no real.
I guess kind of
parallel.
paladin. Kind of.
Paladin's a magic knight, but it's not like the mystic type archetype of like the like using spells to augment your blade. Like if anything, Gunbreaker is closer. White mage, black mage, time mage, ast, summoner, bard, obviously bard. Geomancer don't have, Beastmaster don't have, red mage, blue mage. So yeah, interesting.
There is a few, and they're all ones that we've talked about, except for Mystic Knight. But people do talk about Mystic Knight.
Yeah, and I will say for a long time, like a Rune Knight or Mystic Knight, I was not necessarily on that bandwagon. I've definitely been swayed lately. Judy, thank you. Good to see. Glad to have you. By the way, audio's good. Sweet. Irvin, good to see. Glad to have you. Because the field is the best place to take a bio break. I like your rationale. Guess this is the town of Ruin Sid was talking about.
Yes, Steiner is the
Ruin,
best Mystic Knight, Irvine. That's true.
Ruin. Ruin. I mean, obviously, there's the spell with Arcanist and stuff. Did they use a town of ruins in another Final Fantasy?
No, I don't think so.
I think of what I'm thinking of. I also love. Sorry, go ahead.
So, bit of a spoiler maybe, but Ruin is not its name for the whole of this game. It's got an actual name.
Okay. I do love that the town is called Ruin because it's ruins. Like it's not like the ruin. I feel like the localization was meant to be like the ruined town or something, but instead they just like it's called Ruin.
Did you see King Tycoon, perhaps?
Mystic Knight is like D&D's Eldritch Knight. Yeah. Steiner is the best Mystic Knight in all of FF. Yep. There's a population of fish which live in a single spring in the desert. Man, life finds a way, I'll tell you what. Like the river in Britain whose name is fully... the Avalon River? Yeah.
Avon, yeah. Avon. The river
Avon, sorry, not Avalon.
But I think all over the world that's the case, isn't it? Like, there are rivers everywhere.
Yeah, well, it just happens when different languages come in contact with each other. You know, I know it's actually apocryphal, the like hill, like hill in, I forget where it is, Denmark. It's it's not apocryphal so much as it is like, it's like named, it's like hill like 7 times in a row, but actually it's like only like 2 or 3 times, and but I mean, if you go to what's a good example in English? I mean, even when you don't not even necessarily talking about encountering another language, but you know, we'll say like an ATM machine, right? Yeah. Like repetition or ignoring, and then you add the difference of like language. If someone points to a thing and you think that's the name of the thing rather than them describing what the thing is, or in some languages they don't even necessarily name the thing, it just is what the thing is, you know.
Well, yeah, the Avon River is in Wales, but there's like 9 Avon rivers in the UK. So some of them are in Wales, some of them are in Britain, some of them are in England. I think
Ray's talking about the hill thing, because I think that Ray might be right.
Is it like Hill Tor or something like that? That would make sense.
Yeah. Chai tea, yep, chai tea. An orange, yep.
and naan bread.
There's actually a good example. There's examples in 14. I almost just tried to press M to bring up the map in 14. There's examples in 14 of there are places in like Othard that in the English localization are like they have a proper name. Oh, I don't know what a good example is, but basically there's like a place, let's say in Othard, that's called like Kawa River, which in Japanese Kawa just means river. So it's like, you know, or I mean, it'd be like if there was like Mount Yama, so like mountain.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good point. So it's Top and How Hill, which is
Yes.
it's Top, Pen, and How, which could all mean hill. They don't necessarily all mean hill. So it's like a situation of, you know, yes, if you interpret it this way.
Yeah, great. The Tom Scott video is the thing that introduced me to it, as well as at the same time kind of disproving ish it.
Father.
All you.
Papa. Oh. Okay.
Well then. Can nothing ever be easy?
No. I do like Tom Scott.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love his videos.
Ferris. I knew it. You really are my sister. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure I should tell you. I wasn't even certain myself. Ferris. Lena. It's his dad in the corner.
Sorry, just 1 second. Ugh, where are we?
What a strange place. Say, what happened to the old man?
Huh? He's not here.
We must have gotten separated when we fell.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
No worries.
This is killing me. The day will come. I couldn't remember the name for a second. I was gonna say just I love the use of it in this game. And I'm trying to think, like, for, honestly, the musical theme that I remember most, like, obviously there are, like, some general background themes, but the musical theme that I always remember most is just the general Final Fantasy Fair or, like, the airship theme. I don't, like, have a strong sense of, like, any specific character theme. Obviously, like, boss themes, like, the Fiend's battle theme, and there's lots of great music pieces like that. But, like, I don't have, like, a general musical motif for, like, emotion like this. I think Rose's theme is supposed to be that, but, like, for some reason, it's harder for me.
Yeah, I mean, the day will come. It's the annex theme, isn't it? In 14.
Yeah, it's used for the Baldesion Annex. Yep.
Yeah.
They're gonna kiss, fight. He'll be okay. He's a tough old cuss. I love that he's over there like emoting while this is going on. I'm sure we'll run into him again later. Come on, let's get going.
Yeah, it is. It is more interesting to have him over there doing something. Oh, what was the point?
Okay, this is like a great example, I feel, of execution over like just factoid, because I feel like what was the point of that moment? Nothing changed, but it's short, it's cute, it's a little bit of character, and it's unobtrusive, and so instead I like it rather than just feeling like it was a hindrance. Do you agree with that?
I guess it did put a smile on my face.
Right. To just like, you know, depending on whether that was done well or poorly is the difference between whether it's just a hindrance or a funny character beat. And without small character beats like that, you know, we've seen that you remove those small character beats and the personalization is dramatically less. Because I mean that like 4 doesn't really have those as much. Now wait one cotton picking minute. That was an awful quick decision to ditch me. Yikes. Sorry. That feels safe.
Yeah, oh, okay. I was sure they were going to fire like lava over you or something. Hasn't FF had a toilet paper quest? I don't think so.
Paper. The what is it? What is the fucking like Altegami? Was probably called or something. The you know like in Majora's Mask, the hand that like reaches out of the toilet.
Yes.
It's based off of a Japanese obake.
Yes. I didn't think so, but in looking for it, I did find several housing guides on making toilets and toilet paper in 14.
Of course. What's this? There's gotta be... For a second I was gonna say yes, but then I realized I was thinking about Metal Gear Solid 4.
Well, yeah, Johnny.
Yeah. Look out!
Oh.
Was not expecting to be teleported halfway around the world.
No. No, neither was I.
Okay, that... using the add electricity and the getting rid of the sprites to show destruction like that actually is really cool. I appreciate that.
I feel like that's a good example of them working within their means.
Yep. Meanwhile, definitely like they've learned the systems, learned the limitations, and found weird ways to like try to still make cool things.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, we are getting Sid and Mid's Black Chocobo adventure.
Fuck yes! East, west, home is best, even if you're Chocobo, huh? Bart should be thrilled. We went above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Well, Bart's is currently comatose.
Whew, that was close. I believe that was a warp device.
It must have fallen into disrepair, and activating it caused something to snap. Okay. I mean, I get why Galuf understood it, but I don't know why Faris did.
I'm also appreciating the, like, Indiana Jones style, like, ancient technology, like, vibe that obviously makes sense for Ronka, right? Like, with, the, you know,
Right.
Legends of the Hidden Temple sort of vibe thing that they're going on with that. Well, you know, but, so, yeah, I definitely see where Ronka's inspiration comes from. I mean, even just looking at the tile set, I see, like, where the coloring and setup for a lot of 14s. And also the statues of the owl.
Statues, right? They even look a tiny bit like that the boss from the story duty.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Of course there's a guide for that. Housing gets wild with what they can make. I mean, and it's only going to get wilder.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, they're going to try to add... They're going to add more dual die channels to housing stuff. Or they're going to add as many dual die channels as they can to, like, non-complicated items.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, wait, check this out. Oh, no!
I was excited for that.
That was such a prime... You took the time to make the stuff. At least let me read it. What? Oh, my lord.
Oh, that's
What
a
a
real shame.
Cock tease. Huh? It won't budge. Huh? Something's carved into the wall. Check the planters in the center room.
You have the tech. You've just showed us the tech. On the button. Why not on the books?
There's a note here. Read the notepad in the room on the right. What? Wait, am I now going to be able to read the notepad? Did I have to be instructed to read the notepad to read the notepad?
That's awkward if so.
Made you look. Neener, neener, neener.
Oh my god.
Ugh, so childish.
Calm down, Bats. Aye, before you get your pantaloons in a twist, take a look. It's another note.
Check the urn.
Okay. The urn in the bedroom?
Presumably.
Can't we interact with the beds to rest? Like, do we need to...
Be told every time we walk in there
Yeah.
as a flag. I mean, so many things have been interactable. Maybe they're just making sure that we know. Whoa!
Oh, okay.
Go down 6 and right 4, then pull what's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. I literally just.
Oh,
Okay.
for God's- Wait, what? I'm so confused.
I'm pretty sure last time we pushed it instead of pulling it.
Okay. Well, it was cute and a little bit funny, so whatever.
I'll give it to them. I'll give it to them. Meows the job market. Wait, Rag, good to glad to have you. Also, what? You mean like you're trying to find a job currently? There's gotta be a quest about going to the bathroom in Final Fantasy somewhere, right?
Oh, in 7 Remake, maybe. It has that kind of humor.
It does.
Oh. I'm enjoying the Mid and Sid's epic adventure stuff.
Yeah. Mid and Sid's bogus journey. There's something about the piano style right now in here that's reminding me of some parts of 10. Like the I literally could not describe it in any technical way.
Visually, this reminds me a little bit of the first dungeon of the game. You know, the one, the Albed one in
Yeah.
The like partially underwater one.
Yeah. When you go into the Bacchanal Temple, Bacchanal.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually not Albed. Bacchanal's not Albed, but it is where you find them because they're adventuring there to discover things.
Ah, okay.
It's actually an ancient. Yeah, it's actually much older than that.
Okay, I think there is Albed text in there though, right? There's Albed text everywhere in that game.
There's the Albed talking to you. The Albed text I think you do find is you do find the ship underwater.
Yeah, that could be it.
Is that which one's the Celsius? Because there's the airship in 10 and there's the airship in 10-2, and one of them's the Fahrenheit and one of them's the Celsius. I think the Celsius is the one in 10 and the Fahrenheit is the one in 10-2. But the motorcycle looking one. This is, hey, it's the fire-powered ship, but I thought it sank. What's that ship over there? 2 ships for the price of 1?
That's pretty cool.
Fahrenheit is 10. Thanks, Rag. Propellers on a boat. What's up with that? What's up with that?
Oh, hi.
What's up with that?
We couldn't have 2 better people to find down here.
It's not exactly Deus Ex Machina because they like spent the time to explain why they would end up here, but boy, is that effective. Did you enjoy the Black Chocobo music? Yes, we were enjoying that little ditty. How'd you guys end up here? Ow. What the? Bart's, Lena, Ferris, Galov, what are you guys doing here? Sweet Mr. Miser by Aiken. Oh. I think that's our line. Where do you guys come from? We rode on the Black Chocobo back to Crescent Island. Then all of a sudden a hole opened up beneath our feet. Wait, so we're underneath Crescent Island? That explains the fire-powered ship being here. This place must have been built by the ancients. Huh. And this propeller ship. Maybe you should ask Grandpa about that. Huh? Wait, where'd he go?
I do think
there's been an ancient.
It does explain why the fire ship's here. Like, I know that it fell under the water here, but that doesn't explain why it's moored here.
Yeah, the mooring, the neat mooring is more the surprise to me. Also, like, we in a cave underwater or where? Okay, so now we've had 4 ancient pseudo-progenitor society with Lunarians. 1 has the ancients.
3 had it.
3
as well.
has, yeah.
2 had it.
4. 2. What did 2 have for ancients?
2 had the.
I don't remember.
Didn't 2 have like the? Desh was in 2 or 3.
3.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of 3 then.
That's just the whole Crystal Tower. I don't remember there being anything with ancients in 2. But now we've had some kind of ancient society, like progenitor group. 6, you kind of got that. 7, you definitely got that. I don't remember. I don't remember having anything with that with 8, but maybe you do.
9.
I mean, 8 kind of does because of the timey-wimey bullshit. Because of yeah, what's her face?
I guess
she's from the future. But there's kind of some timey-wimey stuff there. 9? Does 9?
9 does, but it's not quite so like Garnet's
prominent.
Ancestors are like
Right. 10 definitely does. Xanarkand and Bavel and all that.
11 does.
11 does 12.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, because you have like Wraithwall. Well, Wraithwall's maybe a bad example, but you don't have. Do you have? Well, no, because you have the kind of the gods and things with the Vana and all that.
Yeah,
so
we get the impression
kind
that
of
they
have
had
that
like
going
an
on.
actual. They weren't just like classical gods. They actually had like a civilization type thing.
Yeah, 13 is kind of weird because of like how the Nova Crystal Fabulous blah blah blah, blah works.
I feel
14
like Pulse
obviously.
Counts, as like a lost civilization.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting point. But I guess I'm thinking more like progenitor race though, because Pulse isn't necessarily like there was a time before, but like part of it I think is like there's a difference between Mach and the ancients,
Okay,
right?
so
Like the
you're looking
Amber
for, like,
you get
a
what I'm?
biological or at least like a semi-biological type divide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess 13 doesn't.
And it's
really
in.
then.
No, because kind of the created children. I mean, they're definitely the lost. I think in a spiritual sense, I think what you're saying with Cocoon and Pulse and the idea of a lost world and a lost time and a lost like progenitor peoples is still kind of true. It's just also interesting because usually like one of the connotations that the ancients were more advanced and something was lost, whereas the thing is Pulse is not like Cocoon is the advancement, you know, and that's what's made. It's a return to sort of primalness that would be like going from Cocoon to Pulse.
The
Diggity dang, this thing is mind blowing.
They're like these gears.
Yeah. Hey, Sid, don't bother me, Sonny. This is interesting as shit. Ooh, look at that. That's spinning quite fast. I probably shouldn't stick my hand out. Ow! If I tighten this and adjust this and righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
It was that easy?
Ultra, good to glad to have you. Voila, that should do it. That should do what? Good question. Well, that should get the ship moving. It's just a steel hatch. I actually think like if that was remade in 3D, like the visual for like the oceans parting and like a steel hatch opening up with us flying out from beneath. Like there's a lot of things that like a full like 3D remake actually could be really visually cool.
Yeah, I think this game and 2 are at my top for they deserve to have a remake.
Yeah. Sid, what is this thing? Isn't it obvious? It's an airship. I've only ever seen pictures in old texts. Can't believe I'm getting used to use one in the flesh. Well, you know what I mean. What was that? Something's dragging us down. Creeping crawdads. Some monster's got a death grip on the ship's hull.
Wow, we're pretty high up in the air. What is it? Jeez. Oh, it's
Speaking of creeping, Sastasha Hard.
Yeah, it's okay, that was easy. It's Carib Dust, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Oh, when I think of Charybdis, I think of like the whirlpool and like a much like bigger monster and almost just like a gaping maw, less than like a crayfish.
What is the scorpion called then? We had this exact.
Oh, the one in Sastasha Hard?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the actual mythological Grecian Charybdis.
No. I forget what it's called.
Looks like that overgrown lobster just got served.
Carlibus.
With cheese, biscuits, and mashed popotos. Popotos? What the hell is that? What are you talking about?
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah, good to go to have you.
Yeah, Carlibus, that was it. It's close enough to Charybdis.
Looks like damage to the ship was minimal. We can use parts from the fire-powered ship to make the airship good as new. I like the rationalization that they're repairing it by using the old ship. Sid. If you're going to thank me, I don't need to hear it. We'll stay here and search for clues about the Earth Crystal. The skies are yours. Now get out there.
Okay.
I ain't gonna argue.
The Dark Warlock. Death. We must prevent him from returning.
Something about this is kind of eerie.
There is, actually. It's selective music.
Yeah. Well, and also just the way they're talking is almost like, it's almost more like prophetic, or like it's like they've been possessed by someone for his moment. All that's left is the Earth Crystal. No point in dawdling. Let's go. Just because like they bring up X Death out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Um,
I think X Death is probably one of the weaker points of this game. I'm going to predict.
Maybe so far. I'm going to predict that actually he's going to get a lot stronger as we go along.
I think so, but I think maybe some teasing. Like they have teased him a little bit in fairness, but they could have built him up a little bit better in the early game, maybe.
Once you get the airship, feel free to explore a bit, but in order to continue, fly over to the city of Gone. Seems to return to Sid mid an area underneath. Okay, we need to go to Gone. Where the hell is that? It's not even on my map.
No, Gone is ruin.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it's gone, right? Like it's gone. It's ruined. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's cheesy.
Well played. Well played. I appreciate a good joke.
I like it.
What's going on? Look, the town.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Cool.
Well, that's a cool effect. I like that.
Okay, who was expecting the Death Star? I guess after Final Fantasy 2 and 4,
wow,
we should have been expecting the Death Star.
Oh, some bonus areas are now open, Reg? Okay.
Good to know. Yeah, like I bet like now we can go into this part of the cave. Yeah. Actually, let me see. Just also I don't want to die from the fucking evil rodent that's in here. There's like squirrels that I was farming in here, but there's also a so these nutkins give like 2 ABP, so like they're great for farming. But a random enemy that can spawn is a gray death squirrel that's immune to almost everything and can like one-shot your entire party. Skull eaters, that's what it is. Yeah.
I love that. I love the nutkin. I'm a big fan of the nutkin.
Yeah. I'm definitely, I love their reoccurrence in 14.
Yes, they look a little better in this. I like how goofy they look in this, I have to admit. Oh,
the fact that they got the whole...
I've just noticed.
No, she's a bard.
Oh, okay, all right. She looks a bit like
she's got the... Yeah, I definitely see it, but she has like the Chun-Li stuff going on when she's monk.
Right.
Let me catch up on chat real quick. Best 2DFF. Well, it's interesting you say that, Ultra. I will say so far, I would say that they've been progressively better and better. So yeah, I would say of the 5 that we've gone through, it is my favorite. However, we still have yet to get to 6, so we're gonna see. For those of you who really love 5 and love 5 over 6, do you any of you have like a kind of a thought through reason as to why?
Yeah. So I've been really, really loving 5 since we started. It's really surprised me. It's kind of blown 4 out of the water a little bit, which I did not expect.
Yeah.
But I love 6, so I don't know how it's going to compare. I think 6's narrative is for me one of the better, well, probably the best 2D. So I don't know.
I think the narrative may be the thing that beats it. What I'm going to be interested to see though is can the is the lack of job system is like how interesting combat will be.
I do wonder if maybe it will sustain itself by having such a huge cast of characters that you can swap out and they all have unique class identities. You can't change the class, but you can kind of.
Yes, exactly. And so I think, and well, you even have like more engagement with the different jobs too. Like you have some interesting, like what is it? The limit break or the attack that where you can do the combos and stuff. And look, we can suplex a train, so 10 out of 10.
And then there's stuff like you have like the Blue Mage style quest in that game, Blue Mage style character in that game as well. You have a Moogle, first playable Moogle.
Oh, dude, I've forgotten so much about 6. You gotta yell the when you hear it at the start every time. The old gods messing with ancient people rather than ancients themselves, likely in 12. Yeah, I mean, like Vanav's people aren't necessarily progenitor race, but It's still, yeah, it's still, I would say, it's still of a kind of like ancient left behind civilization. So we get fire ship instantly sink it when we get fire ship instantly sink it. Why would they trust us with an airship? Rag, that is a good point. The bonus areas are now open. It's not going back to panic. Oh, I'm sorry, Raven. Hopefully the storm will pass quick. Archer stupidly overpowered in 5. The party banter job system, a few specific things I won't say. Just
I do reckon the party banter might end up better. Although I think, you know, better in a general sense. I think Locke and Tifa, stuff like that, and then Celeste and like certain characters might distinguish themselves.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I feel like this is my guess based off of what I remember. I feel like the overall writing and like the MSQ is gonna be better and more interesting and compelling, but the like little character beats are not. I think it goes back to a little bit closer to 4's tone in some ways, with the kind of like not just operatic, but just like more.
I know what you mean. Well, there is literally an opera. So yeah.
Yeah. It's a little less whimsical adventure.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think the tone of this game is very different than 6 and very different than 4 as well. It's still serious, but it's lighter. Ooh, apparently the harvesters are farmable for a really great item for berserkers.
The harvesters, where are those?
It's those guys with the scythes, the sickles that we just killed. Yeah, that one. Cool.
Well, I'm gonna let that auto fight for a second while I'm
just gonna Google and see what they do drop. A death sickle. Oh, it's an axe that deals instant death.
Oh. Well, okay, I can see why that's beneficial because of their speed of attacking, but honestly, we've been using warriors with, we've just been doing,
Barehanded, right?
Barehanded, so it wouldn't really necessarily work for us.
Oh, it's a 33% chance of inflicting instant death. That's pretty high.
Does it work on any bosses?
It doesn't work on targets immune to death, but I don't know how many of them are in this game. I would assume at least some of them. It's not been taking us that long to kill them anyway. To kill most enemies.
Yeah. Well, because we're always over leveled, just because I spend time leveling.
Yeah.
Like that's like, look, I can enjoy a good grind for like the relaxing nature of it and to get powerful enough that I, can churn through things in a single player RPG. But by the same token, it kind of does invalidate a lot of things.
Yeah.
I guess like that's why why I never found any of like the early games hard, because it was never about, like, when it was pure turn-based, it's pretty easy to think through stuff. I mean, sometimes there can still be really interesting puzzles, like Baldur's Gate I was just playing last night. I had a really interesting puzzle in Act 3 where I had to figure out how to save a bunch of people in a very limited amount of time. But, so like, pure turn-based can be really interesting and thought-provoking. But, by the same token, if you can let me over-level, like, that becomes a preemptive solve for things.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna try one more Sickle Man, and then I think we'll continue on.
I'm trying to find if there's any like desert bear thing that could be good. Like, if there's a reason, but like, there doesn't seem to be.
I feel like they just had an extra bear asset, and they just threw it in there.
I think that's possible.
Oh, they're underneath. See, okay, like this is another good example. Like right now, I got the airship, so it's a great time to explore. So the fact that it doesn't direct me right back to sit in mid is kind of excusable in my mind, because, yeah. If you're not going to tell me where to go, don't tell me where to go at the right time. Sanosuke, good to see you. Glad to have you. Sid, mid, we've got an issue here. Yes, we are well aware. We saw what happened to the ruins through the telescope. It means the Earth Crystal is way up there in that flying pile of rubble. The ancient Runkins amplified the Earth Crystal to make their town float. The Earth Crystal made it float? Well, I guess magnetics or something? I don't know. But once they realized amplifying the crystal could cause it to shatter, they stopped the machine. Shake a leg, miscreants. Somebody's turned the machine back on.
It couldn't be. You don't think that Father... Never. He would never do such a thing.
How are we supposed to get that high? You have an airship, don't you? With this. Adamantite. We can use it to reinforce the ship so you can reach higher altitudes, but we'll need to find some first. What? No. Trying to imagine why reaching adamantite would be important for higher altitudes, but
If we were diving
that's
deeper in the
simple
sea,
enough.
Yeah, I get it, but...
Yeah. That meteorite I came here in. I remember seeing a pocket of adamantite inside. Are you sure? You calling me a liar? Of course not. It's just that your memory's still kind of spotty, right? Ish posh. The adamantite part is clear as day.
It's as good a place as any to start. Let's go check it out.
We'll stay here and get everything prepared. You guys hurry and bring us that adamantite. If you enjoyed the stream and aren't a member of Discord, why not join us at discord.gg/archives, where you can join us doing all sorts of fun stuff. If you want to support us, go join. You can hop on to our Patreon at patreon.com/archives. Offers a couple of dollars, get your name in the banner above my head, and help us support, make the channel sustainable.
Yeah.
Which meteor was the one that Gala fell in?
It's the first one, right?
I think so. Needing adamantite is like empowered the oh yeah, the idea of increase. I think the idea of increasing a airship, or reinforcing airship, or increasing it has been kind of pretty prevalent in multiple Final Fantasies for sure. It was around here somewhere, I'm sure of it. It's right inside. I also like 6 villain better than 5. It's also connected to the character story better. Yeah, I mean, that's also because 6 is... Other than Golbez, 6 is the first time that the villain's really personable. And 6 is the first time that the main villain is deeply connected to the, like, is very human.
Yeah. No,
you know, because if you think about the primary villain of 4, Zeramis. Primary villain of this, Exdeath. Primary villain of 3, Xande. Primary villain, I mean, not even Cloud of Darkness, really. The Emperor is like prototype Kefka. There it is.
No, I see that.
Am I? Think about it, like the theatrics, the humanization, the like more direct, you know, the tie to an empire.
It's the Emperor is like lawful evil with the spirit of a chaotic evil, and then Kefka's just chaotic evil with the spirit of chaotic evil.
Yeah. How about that? Pretty sharp memory, huh? Says the amnesiac. Wait, are you mocking me? Obtained adamantite. Except is a fun villain, but definitely not a deep one, which I think is appropriate for this story, right? There's something in here with us. Watch out!
Who we find? Oh, orbs. Oh, okay.
Adamantoids.
Oh.
Hey!
Is this our first Adamantoid? It's definitely not, right?
No. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't know, between the background right now and the I know it's different music, but like the music is kind of giving me the vibe, and like the Adamantoid's pose and color, it reminds me of the fight in oh my god, most recent dungeon in 14.
Oh,
Lapis Manalis.
Yes, that's right.
The fight against, yeah, the final boss fight. Thank you, Rag. I think it was a refined adamantine 14 too. Yes, it is. I'm 99 and like I'm not. No, I'm actually certain it is.
It is. It's the little Lalafell guy comes and tells us to go get it.
Yeah, Kokol. It was named after the Smith from 4.
Yes, that's true actually.
Oh my God, Ray! Thank you for the $25. Would have done this on Thursday, but I couldn't. No worries. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. I'll make sure to give Deadpool a treat for you. Any gobby voice or random line or thing you want Neri or me to say?
Kegnazo, yeah.
Yep. I was trying to avoid saying Kegnazo's name just because it's racing-ish content, but I guess we spoil it all the time anyways, so like we pretty much treat this as fair game. Double worms.
The mince is bringing the gobby booms for us all.
Great, you got the adamantite. Big, give it here so we can upgrade the ship. Bart, you guys take a break. Are we gonna get a character beat?
So, yeah.
I feel like if we do, that's...
Oh, it's a montage.
Fucking speeding up the music. Weird. I dreamt that the airship was already finished.
You made me yawn then.
Rise and shine, it's done. Yikes, you work fast. After you take off, press the confirm button. You can choose to fly higher with the up arrow. What the hell is the up arrow?
So, can we go to the floating ruins now?
Press B to jump. Technically, yes, but, well, take a gander at this. The floating city is protected by a robust defense system. If you don't disable it, you won't be able to enter. According to this book, the cannons are really powerful.
But we have to go. No question about it.
I don't even see the worry. What's a couple of overblown pop guns against the likes of us? Sid, Mid, thanks for all your help. Now let's get to the crystal before it's too late.
This is going to go badly for us, I think.
What gives you that idea? Gabi salsa would be nuclear. Time to cast off. No, you know, be really nuclear. Not Gabi salsa. Gabi nacho cheese made out of Gabi cheese.
Oh, that would be too much. Oh,
that's the up arrow.
Okay. So then we have like 2 maps.
Yeah, another layer. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if that'll ever come into play again.
Actually, it might do on the different worlds, yeah.
I'm gonna toss just Monk on just because it honestly. Actually, you know what? Okay. Oh, wait, I could barehanded to her. She's already got Monk on. That's stupid.
What's catch?
What is catch? I think that's from Beastmaster. Yeah, capture a weakened monster. I also say I think 5 so far is the one by far that is hindered by the way that we're playing, where we're kind of beelining the narrative. Which I say to its credit.
Yeah, in terms of like Blue Mage and Beastmaster type stuff.
Yeah.
Are we just not allowed to interact with it until we disable its defenses?
Yeah, fine. You have to fight various guns on the room. Oh, we have to fight the guns?
Oh,
oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
I wish that I wish that it had been more clear, but that is.
It's like
I mean,
kid
like, okay,
in the 90s, you could definitely get stuck on that.
Yeah, but also like the Star Wars vibes of fighting a giant space station and like.
Look, you can see the ship in the background.
The ship in the background.
And the train.
Okay, this is genuinely really cool.
It is.
Also reminds me of like Galaga and a bunch of the like Konami style games, or not even Galaga. What is the bullet hell? You know, the famous bullet hell.
Oh, Toho.
Style. I can't. Was that Toho? Well, I mean, Toho too. I just mean like the like the air. There were like a lot of. Yeah. Need to walk further. Thank you, Rag. Isn't FF5 like a pretty mechanic-focused game? Like the job system is fairly robust and such. Yeah, I would definitely say so. It's especially compared to its predecessors. The closest the game's gotten prior was 3, but the job system for this is such a step up compared to 3.
Yeah, 3.
Oh, hi, Deadpool.
Was a little disappointing. Oh, the boy is here.
Yeah, the boy's here. Come here, buddy. Wanna say hi? Come here.
I'm watching my other screen, waiting for Deadpool to arrive. There's Deadpool.
Oh.
Handsome boy. My dogs are asleep right behind me now.
He's so funny too, because he wants to come in and hang around, but then he gets antsy if I like close the door or anything.
Oh, he wants the choice to leave.
Yeah. Well, he's a herding dog, so like he needs to check on everyone in the household constantly.
Right. My breed of dogs are hunting dogs, so they like to kill rats when we take them for walks, which is pretty tough.
Glorious.
Look at Bart's sad dog face. Now that
Ronka and 14 really messed up not making Flying Fortress, but living in a forest is good too. I mean, they have like some technological advancements. I think the thing is they didn't want Ronka to just be Alag, so they like changed it up a bit, and like actually just made it kind of like just the ancient civilization thing.
Yeah, Ronka's more like magic than it does have tech. I've said this exact same thing in literally the last stream, but Ronka does have tech, but it's less tech oriented than Alag. But we could always have.
Yeah,
like,
it's closer to Mach.
Yeah.
Than it is Alag in some ways.
That was what I thought actually when I first experienced it. But I could see. I could see maybe like a variant dungeon that's similar, like to this type of thing.
Yeah. Well, and also I think we could still see something like that in the future with if we go to another reflection that's much more advanced.
Yeah.
You know, you imagine a reflection where like an Alag or a Ronka was around that actually stuck around for multiple astral eras. Well, I guess from their perspective there would be no astral eras, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that has survived because of the lack of astral eras type thing.
Yeah. But I just want to like, right. I just want to hit that on the head again though. Of like, I really love the idea, like that idea of attacking from the air and having to break parts off, because I love that in 10 also. But like, that's just like a cool trying to do like make scope feel big, you know, rather than just like walk through a dungeon, like have engaging with the world, and like they're clearly trying things. And I think one of the things is I think a lot of people, including myself to an extent, tend to think of like, oh, Final Fantasy 1 through like 5 or 6, they're all kind of like the same thing, and maybe like 6 is just better because it's more of like a better told story or something. But I feel like each game they really tried to do something different, like meaningfully. So like while there's like some baseline similarities just because they're from the NES and the SNES areas and the limitations that they have as sprite games, they really did all try to, and kind of being a certain form of genre, like yes, there's an overworld, yes, there are, you know, certain conventions. They really did try to like try something new each game.
Are there any games where they don't try to do something new? 8?
No, because 8 has the junction system. 8's like, if anything, 8's they tried something too crazy.
You know, I want to be harsh on 8 though. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
9 has trance. And the 8.
Yeah, I was about to say 9 and 7 are pretty close, but I mean like only in so much that like 1 and 2 are. I mean, yeah, but again, 2 like tried a very.
9's got the ATV stuff, and it's got the trance mechanic.
7 has ATB.
Yeah, but 9's got like ATB up the gills. Like you get one every 5 minutes.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll definitely keep thinking about that. I mean, 10's got the priority system plus the sphere grid, so it's different. Yeah, really, they've never, none of them. They're all the mainline ones have all tried to do something very different each game.
Yeah, I think so.
So much for their defenses.
Yeah.
Sorry, just trying to get out of the cutscene.
Wait, what's that?
For those of you who don't know, there's also like a 1 to 2 second delay between me and Aniri, so sometimes I'll like say something right as Aniri's about to say something else.
Oh, giant cannon.
I'm a fire in my laser. Cripes, look at the size of it.
Guess that's one last thing to take care of.
Boss fight against the freaking laser.
That's awesome. Oh, cool. Soul
Diffusion
cannon.
beam cannon online.
I would say soul cannon
Probably
feels
should have
Ronka-like.
Ooh, that was cool animation.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you're having an anxiety attack, Raven.
Laser crosshair brightness 20. Oh, actually, I need healing items. Oh no, I did have cure up.
I think Rag mentioned something about the bard being able to, like, overhaste the berserker or something.
Yes. I honestly haven't been doing it mostly just because we haven't
Needed it.
because
Yeah.
by the time I cast it, barrel pressure rising, last shielding activated.
What does that mean?
I'm assuming some sort of defensive barrier.
Hmm? Not that much of one.
Just a bit of damage. Oh my god, haste on berserker is ridiculous.
It is. Okay.
Holy moly.
I love this custom battle background. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does. Okay, let's think about fighting kind of some kind of flying installation and or enemy. 10, 14, 12, 5. 4 is like the prototype with like fighting on the airship at all, but not really 4.
Yeah, feels separate to me.
I don't remember in 6, 7, 8, or 9. I totally could imagine that though.
Well, 7 has the weapons, right?
Right.
9. Not. I mean, like Ozma's big, but not really.
Yeah. It's not so much can you fight an enemy on the ship, it's more like if they're kind of some kind of like larger meta fight.
Yeah, like can you fight a ship as opposed to can you fight on the ship? Yeah.
Right. So I guess that's our that holds our way in. Sure looks like it.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah. I keep forgetting I can use emotes now. Yeah, we may. I definitely am. Like, we may do community streams or something on Twitch just because it's a lot easier for certain things. But I definitely think pretty soon we'll switch back to YouTube just because, like, I know Tracy and a bunch of people, for instance, can't even access Twitch. There's just a lot of technical problems that happen.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apparently, like, for a lot of people, they just, with their internet, Twitch just endlessly buffers and will never let them in.
Oh, that sucks.
Lahi Ruins. Yes, literally Ronkin Ruins.
Yes.
You kind of nasty with that damage, truly, Ultra. Ronkin Knight Ramage. See, now this is making me want to go back and play more of Ronka and like the Katana Ravel and stuff.
Yeah, it's this like super high tech society, but then they have mages, which sort of appeals to the Ronka that I imagine.
I always thought, how do I put this? The Empire. Oh my lord.
Oh, those show up in 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't look that.
It's a very
bristly.
different.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's this
I
general.
kind of
shape.
love it.
Yeah, I like it.
The empires that are advanced but are magic tech, but like emphasis on the magia rather than the tech, unlike like Garlemald or the Sixth Empire, where it's magia tech, the emphasis on the tech. You know,
it feels like
those are always
is
really
like
interesting.
Tech magic, and then Runker is magia tech, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Stone Mask. It looks like the one from not Katana Ravel. What's the the step one, the step dungeon?
Oh yeah, the eldritch things that they describe. I was also thinking about the Maki, when you first go in the pyramid, the Maki Soulkin that they took the inspiration from Amdapor from.
Yeah, the big face guy, the big face.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you mean.
I'm glad the boy was good, Raven. Oh, I like 14 Ronka more, just mocking them for now flying battleship. I mean, understandable. I was one of the few people who loved the final 2 bosses of Dragon Soul and World of Warcraft. I love the idea of Dreathwing was so powerful you had to expose him and tear apart piece by piece. Yeah, I never did that fight because I didn't do Cataclysm, but I do know about it. And I've always loved the break a boss bit by bit. I do think that I would look to something like 10, right? Where you have to do that, but also there's still a personable and like really meaningful mega fight versus a final boss. So I think the thing is I think breaking something down that's too large to conceivably fight as a start point is really good. But if like that's just the whole fight, I think there's something depersonalizing about it that can also be, like even when you have like God of War, when you're fighting something huge and you're having to take down parts or something, you still have a moment in which it becomes almost an interpersonal fight.
My problem with Dragon Soul, with Back of Deathwing, whatever it's called in particular, is because it's just a real pain to solo, like expansion stuff to the fact.
Hey, Lamia. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do Cataclysm. I'm assuming you didn't do that in Neri. So, like, other than, like, do you have any, other than, like, that initial thought, do you have, like, further thoughts on?
I think it's a really cool concept, but it's kind of gross. Like, the mechanics that you're doing, you're popping pimples on his back, like void pimples, and you're fighting tentacles that sprout out. And it's okay, it's just not great.
Execution's more the problem than anything?
Yeah, I think so. The, Oh, lady, this reminds you of Ridorana Lighthouse. Yeah, I see that, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you think about, I mean, the thing is, Ridorana Lighthouse though is like just straight up Ridorana Lighthouse from 12.
Pretty much, but I see where the lady's coming from with the sort of color tone of the backgrounds, especially when you're in the combat and the gears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven. 15 tries. In fairness, that's not very many for Mark Granding in WoW. You got to keep plugging away. I managed to get the White Hawk Strider from Kael'thas.
I'm gonna say nice, but I have no idea. I have no context for knowing how good that is. So nice.
I mean, it's nice insofar as anything that's attached to Blizzard can be nice nowadays.
I know we literally just said this, but I just want to reiterate. I kind of love that fan design.
I like it. It's creepier than the one that we get in 14 and the one that we had in 2 or 3 or wherever we last saw it. It's like a horror version.
Like yeah, it's like Stone Cenobite fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Very Cenobite. It looks like
it's because like it's right. The chest is here, but you can also see there's like a human face, so it looks like it's a body being torn, and that like the face is also a chest cavity. That's gnarly, man.
The big face, and then it's like it's ripping its own flesh away to try and get away from it.
Yeah, so like these are like the legs, and like this is another human face bent backwards in agony.
Yeah, I mean you can see like strands of flesh attached to the fan. I just think it's really
love
cool.
it. Good shit.
I like the horror. I like when these games do horror.
Oh yeah,
like 4 did some horror as well.
I can never quite tell if the reason Japanese horror works so well for me is a byproduct of familiarity bias. So what I mean is, if you grow up in like a Judeo-Christian culture, whether you're Christian or not, when something uses Christian iconography as a horror point of horror, that could be less horrific in one sense because it's familiar. And for me, the unfamiliar is always going to be more scary. Some people like my mother is terrified of bats, so like and so like when in Judeo-Christian imagery, when they use like bat wings and stuff, it does terrify her. But like for me, that familiarity breeds like much less discomfort or unnerving, which is the fear that I tend to like. So I can never tell if Japanese horror, just by byproduct of less familiarity, is why it works better for me, but there definitely is an element of that.
I do think that maybe Japanese horror does suspense a little bit better. It maybe not suspense,
Definitely.
maybe unease better than the West, and then the West does maybe more bold and brashful horror, which is why I really like stuff like Hereditary, which I think cleaves closer to the unease.
Yeah, I think a lot of the, I don't say more recent horror, because I think there's a lot of horror that comes out. A lot of American-born horror of the 2020s or like the late 20-teens, I think definitely has borne a lot of fruit of being inspired by. I feel it's really reductive to say this, but I'm going to say it this way: a much more subtle approach.
Yeah.
I think we've seen a lot more Eldritch style horror, a lot more psychological horror, a lot more.
I do think that a lot of the time, more the sort of more popular media, maybe so to speak, misunderstands what Eldritch horror is, and it's just like it's a big scary tentacle beast. And I'm like, that's not really the core of Eldritch horror, but
The unknowable, the unfathomable, the incomprehensible.
yeah, exactly. It's that old analogy of, you know, an ant steps onto a circuit board and doesn't realize what it is. If it did realize and then went back to its previous life, it would completely break its mind into.
Right. Like, yeah, I definitely agree. If what constitutes Eldritch horror to you is Cthulhu in terms of a tentacle monster, scary dude. I mean, like, there's an iconography there, sure, but the reason like Cthulhu was scary in Lovecraftian stories was because of how incomprehensible its intents, its goals, all that it was up to, what like its effect on people, the negative space around it more so than the literal like being.
Exactly.
You know. Body horror being described as. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was literally about to read out lady's message.
Yeah, also Japan does body horror like no. Look, America, for better or worse, does torture porn like no other country, as the 2000s will attest. But like body horror, at least that works for me or that affects me. No, like Japan does. Japan goes hard
really well. I mean, like just look at Junji Ito, for example, stuff like that. Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I think
actually. Sorry, go ahead.
Another companion to that would be like Eastern Europe, who does existentialism really, really well, and sort of philosophical horror.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly one of the things that I'm always curious about. Is it that Buddhist horror works for me really well, or is it my very passing familiarity with Buddhism means that, like Sekiro, I think is a good example. Like literally Sekiro. When people play Dark Souls, I think it can feel fresh because it's like a Western fantasy, but from like a very Japanese perspective with a lot of like Zen Buddhism going on. But like I can imagine Sekiro feeling completely fresh and mysterious or weird, or like there are like weird things that could exist in it that are really just callbacks to like common Japanese culturalisms that if you knew, you'd like
it's like
it would
the
be less
rope
weird.
doll, right? Stuff like that.
Yes, great example. That doesn't feel like it's coming out of nowhere. What is it called? I'm not holding. I can't remember what the name of those are, but yeah, that's a great example. Yeah. But I definitely Junji Ito. I also think like you even just look at Final Fantasy and like even common. Like the corruption of body, like how prevalent that is in anime and in Japanese video games, like the corruption of self and identity and body.
Yeah, Shimenawa.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, definitely, I know what you mean with that. And you know, it's a big thing with like the red eyes and stuff as well in Sekiro. Yeah, I'm really in that awkward space with Sekiro where I just cannot do its parrying. I don't have the hand-eye coordination for it, but I love the game. You know, I've watched various playthroughs of it or deconstructions and stuff. Yeah,
Sekiro's the one game of theirs that does actually demand you get good.
Yeah,
basically. There's a mod that I highly recommend for anyone who's interested who just doesn't feel like they can get the timing down. There's a mod you can solve for at least the PC version that lets you manually slow down all animations in the game by a certain percentile.
Okay, interesting.
So basically, and you can slow enemies down like by 5%, 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever. And I find that works really well because basically you can set it to whatever level you need to set it to make it comprehensible for you, but still whatever challenge level works.
Oh, are we in like a... okay. I thought we were in a circuit
Yeah.
then. I didn't know about that mod. Maybe I'll give that a try.
Yeah, big recommend on that. Ooh, that's gonna take him down.
Oh, rough. It's okay. We have the mighty power of kicks. I like the Ronkin Knight design. He's like... It's almost like fusing Barbarian and Knight together.
Yeah.
I
He's about to take you out with its flails.
I wonder if we could see that like in Hell's Reach.
In Hell's Reach? Oh, in the Far Reach.
Yeah, the Far Reach. That's it. Yeah.
The Hellsguard
Yeah,
land.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I hope we get a variant dungeon there someday or something. Like, the Far Reach is such a good example of like a place where we would getting like a little variant dungeon would be a great way to fill it out. I kind of hope we don't get a variant dungeon for Airslaint. I hope we actually go to Airslaint at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I was kind of suspecting that if we went to Charlie, we might see some of the Airslaint stuff because it's close, but we ended up not, which is fine because it's a big enough area that it could be saved for later.
It could be an exploration zone, like something like Eureka or Bosnia.
Yeah, it could do. So then again, so could Far Reach.
I feel like Far Reach is small enough, but I mean, like that. I say that, but that's, you know, the entire Isle of Val wasn't necessarily that big.
That's true. Yeah, Val's pretty small.
And yet that was 4 zones. So, let me catch up on chat real quick. We've been having good luck with the laner. Myself got 3 of them last night. Nice, lady. Enchanted is a very PG way of describing what is happening to that person in that fan. I'm scared of tiny bats. They're so tiny that often you can't feel bites on you, so you could have gotten rabies from them and never know until it's too late. It scares me so much. I will tell you, having been bitten by small bats, you would know. If for no other reason than, like, you don't feel... some bats, you don't feel the incision, and some animals don't feel the incision, but they, like, it hurts after, like, a day a little bit. So, like, you would know.
Did you get rabies jabs pretty quickly after you got bitten by them bats?
They caught it so they could test it.
Ah, smart.
I was working at a summer camp.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
I was working at a Japanese summer camp. Yeah, so one of the things they train you for at the summer camp is, like, if there is a bat that gets anyone, like, catch the motherfucker, because if they don't, everyone in the entire cabin is getting jabs, and everyone will hate it.
Yeah, rabies jabs are painful, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they're just big. Body horror being described is always way worse than watching it for me. That's interesting. The most scared I ever felt playing World of Warcraft was when I was swimming around the north of Kalimdor Combat, keeping that tiny bit of ocean. I didn't die in mountains to one side deep sea. Yeah, Rag, I totally relate to that. I don't know that I have necessarily thalassophobia, but there's definitely a certain amount of that I do have, and like, man, the especially like vanilla WoW when I was younger, diving into the waters and like seeing like the vast endless ocean was always... It's so funny because I simultaneously have what I would describe almost like thalassophobia, but also thalassophilia. Like, I'm so inspired by and drawn to it, but I guess it's the same way that you can be terrified of something and also find it really inspiring, like Junji Ito, right?
Right. Yeah, but I think that's definitely the case, right? It's this... I think often the things that scare us most, we're most interested in.
Yeah.
Which is why when people who are like big into horror are like, oh yeah, it doesn't scare me. I'm like, well, then why'd you watch it?
Yeah, my experience with that is that the people I know like that, to them, they consume it like general media. That's like how they experience it. It's not, they're not going to be, my experience is that most of my friends who watch horror like that they're not going to horror to be unnerved. They're watching it just because of its conventions, its tropes. It's like, it's more like watching fantasy for your average person.
Okay.
That makes any sense. I don't know that's true for everyone, but that has been a thing I've noticed because I was curious. Like, why exactly are you coming to this if it doesn't scare you? Like, you're getting something out of it, clearly. I was creeped out in the Drustivar and WoW. It felt like a Blair Witch in that whole zone. Love that horror feel. I don't know. Where's Drustivar? Niniri.
So Drustivar's on Kultiras. It's very like it is Blair Witchy. It's like almost like.
Kultiras is where? Help me remember. It's been so long.
So it came out.
Which continent?
So it came out in Legion. No, not Legion. Sorry, it came out in Battle for Azeroth. So the more recent stuff.
Okay, that is why I do not know it.
But it's yeah. So it's Kultiras. It's one of the human nations. It's the island human nation, the one that we don't go to until much later. And it's so the original inhabitants of the zone were the Drust, and they're sort of like Celtic witchy, like almost like scarecrowy type stuff. But they got exiled into their own dimension after being chased away by the Kultiran humans, and then they sort of like appear and then start to come back to the dimensions, and they start to haunt people. It's pretty cool.
So very Blair Witchy.
Yeah, very, very Blair Witchy.
I just realized I was going the wrong one.
Hello,
Isa, good to see you. Glad to have you. How you doing? Rocket Knights looks like Pandemonium Braid first boss, but less chains. Yeah. Eric Thonios? A little bit. I see a little bit, especially when he does, like, when he's, like, doing his two weapons. There's definitely some part of the pose. I can definitely see what you're saying there. Admittedly, I don't have blood-eating bats, but I love bats around my house. Yeah. Well, other than the rabies, I find bats adorable.
They are very cute. We have so bats are everywhere in Singapore, but Singapore has eradicated rabies. So they're, safe-ish.
That's why it's also why you guys are so stringent about things getting in.
Yeah, definitely. So we had to put, because we came from the UK where rabies is mostly eliminated as well, we pretty much entirely eliminated. We didn't have to put our dogs into quarantine, but if they'd stayed behind in Dubai for too many hours in the airport, they would have had to have been tested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... In America, it's not rampant, but we're just such a big country and there's so much wildlife that it
you couldn't realistically.
Yeah, it's hard to eradicate. Because the thing is it's I'm sure there might be possible. Look, I'm not educated on it, but even being sure you eradicated it would be a fucking feat in itself.
Yeah, it would be
because
impossible, right?
But yeah, I've been able to feed bats while they were in burritos, and it's very, very cute.
Yeah, so cute when they're in that, like the fruit bats and stuff. But some of the bats are so freaky, and like the huge ones.
There's no bat species I have ever met that I've been perturbed by. I find them all adorable so far.
It's ones with like.
Do you have any like specific ones?
Yeah, hold on, let me go find it. They have like a dog face.
No. Good, still absorbed Baldur's Gate 3. You gotta absorb for Armor Core 6. Dude, I need to finish up Baldur's Gate 3 so I can play Armor Core 6. I'm still in Act 3 right now. I've been working and stuff, so I haven't had a chance to finish it up. But I'm hammer-headed bat.
They're so weird looking. It's like gross to me.
Hammer.
I love most bats.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's definitely weird, but no, he's funny. He's a little dude.
He's definitely funny, but I could see like put that head on like a humanoid, like almost like Wendigo style body. It would be so scary.
Of course, that's why they literally in American folktales there are creatures that look identical to what you just described. Context is everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so it's not that. So definitely not that door. I'm back on night shift, so hopefully I'll have some time to at least voice chat with everyone in the evening. Yay! We'll be glad to have you back. When I was little, I went to a bat house for a tour and almost passed out. Bats aren't good for asthma.
Oh yeah, they have like dander, don't they, and stuff that they share.
Yeah.
I think, but don't birds literally do the same? Like you can, if you, like pigeon keepers can get like, basically,
black lung, but
lungs.
for pigeons.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, apparently it's very serious. It's called bird fancier's lung, which is so cute, but like so serious.
That's, wow. That's more cute than it should be. Burritos, yes. I have held multiple bats as Batritos, and they're very cute, and fed them fruit or milk. Or not milk, what was it? Maybe it was milk. Something, it was something in a bottle.
Who knows? Who knows what bats eat? Except for fruit bats.
Depends, yeah. No, ironically, fruit bats are actually the ones that drink blood.
Is that true?
It's a kind of a misnomer. No, I'm completely bullshitting you.
God damn it.
but I am a white male. I'm very good at sounding confident.
I was like, that's impossible, right? I didn't want to like say that's not right because I was like, I don't know that that's not right. I'm not confident.
Neri, you need to call me out if I'm saying bullshit. You can't. Don't let me just sit there in utter horseshit.
I was like, what if I'm wrong? I would look like the asshole then.
I would like to think at our point in our relationship that we would be okay.
That's true.
Look up the bumblebee bat. They're cute. Yes, I have seen bumblebee bats in person. They're very, very cute. Easier to eradicate certain diseases when you're an island nation. Yeah, or at least a smaller nation. But by the same token, with Singapore, I mean, you guys are like the commercial hub of like sea trade. So also you guys having to, you guys being able to control what comes in and out without having as many invasive species problems is insane to me.
Yeah, definitely. It helps that our jungle, so we do still have a preserved big chunk of jungle, is sort of inland, or to the north where not many things, like the northeast where not many things come in. So we get a bit more security there. He said, yeah.
Elio, herbivore moles only eat meat. Neri, yes, of course. I mean, that is literally what just happened, only with a slight alteration.
I was like, I just didn't know. Is this new music?
I think it's been the same music. I think we just haven't heard it for long enough.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
How did? Okay, I have now gone up every floor. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a map. Drunken map FF5. I just didn't want to make sure that I don't need to backtrack. Backtrack a whole bunch.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, I am currently here to level 5. Oh no, I'm not there. Where am I?
Island Nations controls what comes in, the bane of all plaguing players. Yeah, I love plaguing.
Here, cover me for a second.
Okay, I'm covering Elio for a second. Cows. Okay, everyone, what's your favorite niche animals? There you go. That's what you'll tell me while Elio's BRBing. For me, I'm a big fan of moths. I like the pink and green moth. I think that is called. Pink and green moth is a. I think it's a rosy maple moth. That's right. Maned wolves. Oh yeah, the weird like stilt dogs. Yeah, they're cute. Well, they're very strange and a bit uncanny valley, but they're also cute. I feel like they have kind faces.
My God, this is such a maze. Which I mean, like, hey, it was kind of meant to be a maze, so that's not inappropriate.
A king snake. King snakes, are they the ones that look like coral snakes?
My God, is this actually named Ghidra?
Oh yeah. Is it supposed to be like Ghidorah?
That'd be funny if it was.
Tibetan foxes. Let me take a look at a Tibetan fox.
This isn't an odd animal. Oh, well, okay, actually, prehensile tail porcupines, if you want a weird niche animal. You should look up prehensile tail or porcupines, and if you can, you should look up the sounds they make because they are hilarious and adorable. They're like little aliens. Like, you could imagine them walking off a spaceship at the beginning of like E.T. or something. But again, these aren't niche, but I love red pandas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, red pandas are just awesome.
They are good. Oh, Tibetan foxes are the ones that look like a grumpy businessman. Like they have the weird faces.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna have to Google them.
Fox. Oh, yes. What is it? There's a video game or something that has a Tibetan fox face in it. Famously, what is it?
Oh, that could be.
What is it? What am I thinking of? I think of something.
Cassowaries are, yeah, cassowaries scare me. Like, I feel like if they kicked me, they'd kill me, so.
What's a cassowary?
It's like a, it's kind of like an ostrich. Like it's kind of close to an emu, actually.
Oh, kind of like a peacock emu.
Yeah, a bit, yeah. But they have, like, huge talons and, like, really muscular legs, so they definitely kill you if they kick you.
And don't fear the dinosaurs. Gotta feel the burbosaurs.
It's a dinosaur,
Okay,
yeah.
let's see it.
Hey, all birds are dinosaurs, technically.
Okay, level 2 to level 3. Okay. I'm going back to the beginning at this point, because otherwise I'm just gonna run around and you end up in fights on repeat.
We have tokay geckos in Singapore. Well, at least one of my
Canes, good to
friends
glad to have
does,
you.
and I love them. I like their blue color scheme.
Squirrels are cute, even if gray squirrels are categorized as invasive pests in the UK, which are okay to kill. They're still cute, so you don't want to kill them. Sorry, red squirrels, you're cute too. I like squirrels. I grew up in, especially growing up in the Midwest, so you see a lot of squirrels. Raccoons are great. Gotta love raccoons.
I'm assuming
other
you
than
have
the
just gray squirrels there?
We have all kinds of squirrels.
Oh, okay.
I mean, gray squirrels are, I think, the ones you see. Mainly gray squirrels, probably. But, like, we have probably... Oh, no! I was so close to the treasure!
So, the most common kind of squirrels now in the UK is, like Rag said, the grey squirrel, but our native squirrels are the red squirrels, but they're getting more and more rare because grey squirrels are out competing them. They're an invasive species. So, like, British people tend to hate grey squirrels. Although they are very cute. Squirrels are so cute.
Gray squirrel? Okay, choice. Gray squirrel or pigeon?
Oh, well, I'm a real, like, sucker for that. You know, like, the poems that people write about pigeons, because they're, like, our abandoned children. Like, almost all urban pigeons are abandoned pet pigeons.
I did not know that, though.
Yeah, there's some really, like, people do, like, art about it. It's, like, really heartbreaking, so I feel really sorry for them.
Okay. You've shined some light on something where I thought there would have been an easy to answer quandary.
I would say my parents' pigeons, rats with wings, so there's two sides to that.
There are two wolves inside of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at it, right? Across two hidden bridges, the dragon.
Oh, black squirrels are mutant grey squirrels, really? That's crazy. Nature crazy. There is a civet cat that lives in the park outside my house. It likes to break into people's houses and, like, eat their trash and stuff. It's kind of like a raccoon, I guess.
This is so much. I'm trying to look to see if a map's helpful at all, but, like, all the maps are even more confusing.
That's the problem that I used to have with, like, FF2. Although, like, the maps are, like, horribly made.
Okay. 3 seed and there's. To the left and down across it. Okay, well no, that's probably not it. Guys, I'm about to be unentertaining for another second. I'm sure I look like such a doofus.
No. It looks confusing. Like, I've been watching and I can't figure out where to go either.
I feel like what I would have done is I was solo playing this, I would just brute force it. I would just, like, sit here and just, like, keep wandering every direction.
I think the fact that we can't use repels is a huge issue for this kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
you could just spray, like turn your brain off for it?
Oh my.
Oh,
During
right.
cassowary is just basic common sense. Cassowary is terrifying. I'm the person who just likes squirrels, but I grew up with ground squirrels being pests and annoying. Yeah, I mean that's fair. If the thing is a pest and annoying, like if you constantly have raccoons breaking into your garbage, it kind of makes sense that you don't love raccoons, right?
I would love a
black
raccoon.
squirrels.
Having never met one, I would love a raccoon.
They're pretty cool dudes. I mean, unless they're upset, then they're less cool dudes. But I've definitely passed some hot dogs to some raccoons. Had some raccoons go on walks with me, just like hang out with me. At one time was just on a hanging bench on a house, and a raccoon just kind of like crawled up and sat on it with me.
Oh, that's so cute. I would have to adopt it, and then it would bite me, and then I'd die of rabies.
Worst ways to go. Well, okay, actually, rabies is a bad way to go.
Yeah, rabies is pretty bad.
But worth it. Maybe not, but still worth it.
There are probably worse.
It's funny. In the last house I lived in Minnesota, I had an albino squirrel that nested in the tree outside my house, so I called her Ash.
Oh.
And she even had babies and stuff. It's very cute.
That is very, very cute. Lady, a raccoon chewed through your trash can there.
Yeah, they do that. Squirrels do that. I've done that in the Midwest for me a lot.
Oh, really? I feel like the squirrels
in the
UK don't do that.
Oh, yeah. The squirrels in the Midwest, that's not that they're aggro, but they're tenacious motherfuckers.
They have the American spirit.
Yeah, truly. Lots of blacksters in my neighborhood, and chipmunks and bunnies, raccoons, possibly with coyotes, lots of critters. Less coyotes where I'm at, but a lot of the others, definitely. Thanks, Ray. I'm also going to try zipping up now because I'm going into animal nerd mode, and I don't want to spam chat with too many animal facts. Final Fantasy, I think the only old RPG series where you can't repel. I'm sure there's got to be others, right?
Can you repel in... You have methods for reducing them in Dragon Quest, but I don't think you can fully repel them, can you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I
Okay.
realized
Well, we definitely... we've definitely backtracked.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, you're good to go.
I think that in... Oh, so yeah. So I said earlier that 9 had the trance system as something new, but then I am remembering, of course, that it is literally just stolen wholesale from Dragon Quest. But still, it's a good system. So. It's
still a different system for Final Fantasy, too, I think is the point, right?
Yeah.
That each main line is different from the prior main line.
That's true.
I think the spirit of that counts. FF8 has Diablos and Counter Half. I think the question more was like, for the pixel ones, is there no repel system? At least to me, that was more.
I would have let the raccoon in.
Oh.
I don't
Deppel would have been
blame
both
you.
evil. Yeah, raccoons. Look, raccoons can be a lot. Having them as pets is very hard. Can be very hard, but they are fun little dudes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd own one as a pet. Like, I feel like I'm pretty anti-exotic animals pet, like ownership, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're interesting. It's kind of like owning an otter.
Yeah.
Where like there's just a lot of things involved.
Yeah, I think you probably could do it, but it would be challenging. I don't know if you could do it, but should you do it?
Yeah.
Don't fall down the hole.
No! Why'd you say it? You said it. It made me think about it. And then I did think about it because I was thinking about it. I can't believe you've done this.
Oh man.
I'd rather have a red panda, yeah. Dude, red pandas are so cute. The way they like go up on hind legs, like.
Isn't that like challenging behavior? Aren't they like threatening to fight you if they do that? I mean, it's so cute.
Kind of. They're trying to look. Yeah. Okay, I can't help. I'll share one random animal fact. During floods, some ants will make themselves into boats to float, and they can have been seen making bridges for themselves to attack wasp hives. And if you've watched the documentary of the movie Ants, A-N-T-Z, then you'll see this firsthand. It's definitely a documentary. Yeah, definitely not a CG animated film.
I've seen the floating thing in a David Attenborough documentary.
David Attenborough comes up in these streams a lot.
He is glorious.
You can fully repel in Dragon Quest with Holy Protection spell, right? If you have Rem from fights, then you could always empower the chicken knife by running the fights here, but that makes the Brave Sword worse, so it's a character choice. I mean, the other thing, too, is that, like, literally running away right now would be no faster than killing them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll just buff the Brave Sword by passively doing what we're doing, I guess. Yeah, reg bears. Well, I don't know if I would call bears less cute than red pandas, because bear, like a brown bear looks like I should be able to cuddle it, even though I know, of course, that I cannot. Still, it looks like I should be entitled to some cuddling time with a bear.
I mean, finding out that you want to cuddle a bear is probably the least surprising fact of today.
They're so cute. I mean, actual bears. Except for moon bears, they're creepy.
Okay, I want to go down so I can go up, right? Is that the right down to go up? Yes, I think that's the right down to go up.
You're surprised there isn't a Steve Owen character in 15? Well, that would come in Mericidia. We'll have our Steve Owen in Mericidia.
Dude, we have an Alex Jones character now. We like, anything's possible. We do. Have you done the Hildebrand quests?
No, I've not done the new ones. Is there an Alex Jones character?
Well, okay, Alex Jones character without all the heinous shit.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not good. That's pretty frustrating.
How am I even supposed to get it?
It must be the other way.
That's some bullshit.
Chemicals in the water and making the Paragos gay.
Making the frogs get trigger. Yeah, but basically there's a guy who's a news reporter who goes with you who's like, they're working with the aliens. The aliens are trying to take us. Okay, to be fair, he's super a conspiracy theory guy. It may be in part the fact that I voice him to sound like Alex Jones when I play the game that makes me to feel like he's Alex Jones. But I would like to defend that he's very much like conspiracy theory man who works for a newspaper. Like I'm not saying like if they had called the freaking, instead of InfoWars, called it Knowledge Fight or something, it would have been honestly, so yeah. I think the end is past the path with the hole under the door. Yeah, I think you're so, Rag. I'm just gonna go that way because that's where we went there a whole bunch, and then we went over here. And the promise I found multiple dead ends.
We should have called on Rag's great knowledge earlier.
Yeah. Oh, almighty Rag, guide us to guide us to victory. Knowledge fight, great combats about horrible things. That is that. Yes, true. I mean, look, I'm not saying that me and Naniri have a little bit of Dan and oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting both their names, but there's a little bit of me loudly shouting and not necessarily knowing what I'm talking about.
You know what you talk about very often.
Very often. That's a very kind way of putting it.
What do you mean, Ultrazappy? Thoughts on Bart's, Klauser, and Lena Charlotte? Like them as a couple? In that case, I think they're fine but boring. As characters, I think Bart's is a probably the best protagonist we've had, but that's not saying a lot.
Saying much.
I think.
No, I mean, like,
and Lena
as a
Galif and what's her name? The one that I voice.
Ferris?
Yeah.
How did I miss this?
I don't know.
Miri, how did I miss this entire time?
Sometimes that's just how these go.
I'm a fool.
I'm.
I mean, if the question is how are they as a couple? I mean, so far in the story, there's not been a lot to like. Really, they're a male and a female who kind of know each other and are working together. There's not much more besides that.
It's like generic Final Fantasy stuff. Like, yeah, in the ending, maybe they'll end up together. I think Faris is interesting.
Yeah.
Not hugely interesting. I think Gallup has been like kind of the soul of the game so far.
Yeah. FF5 is a harem anime for parts. I mean, I haven't gotten that vibe so far. I mean, maybe that'll change. I mean, that definitely could change, but that super isn't the vibe I've gotten.
Isn't Cryo too young for that in this game?
Presumably.
So would that mean that Galuf is his other father?
Ugh. The damned Clapperclaw blocks the path.
Papa.
Ferris, you gotta stop calling him Papa.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Something about it feels weird. Silence! There is no time for chatter. The beast is a guardian of these ruins. It can change its weakness at will. Make yourself useful and defeat it.
I don't
It's
think
the Serpent of
should...
Ranka.
What? How are we? Why are we going along with him? Oh, it is literally the circus, the Serpent of Ranka.
It's funny to me that it's not called the Serpent of Ranka though. It's called like
Archioavis.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I think part of it is because Archioavis is used as a name, is a enemy name in I think A Realm Reborn, or maybe it's.
It does
It's
ring
either A Realm Reborn.
familiar.
There is an enemy. If you look it up, I think there's definitely a creature. It might even be a dragonkin
Oh,
creature.
Deltascape. Yes, that's right.
Adiol.
The first boss of Deltascape is this guy.
Yeah, the wormy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's called something different though.
No.
Different name.
Well, we have Avises. They're the things that turn, you know, like the
Oh,
the Ishgard.
look at it! Such energy. So this is the true power of the crystals. Sorry, I can't pause this when it's in battle.
No worries. Yes, so the Avis are the guys, the Ishgardians who've drinking dragon blood.
Yeah, from Snowcloak.
Yeah,
I think it's the first time you see
and
them.
all over Querthus and stuff like that. Yeah.
Makes me wonder if that's why they called it the Serpent of Ranka. Kind of the same way that they changed. They either changed Glacia Labelos' name or they changed
Chill out.
Phlegathon.
Phlegathon, yeah. They changed the name from Phlegathon's older one, yeah.
Because they had already used the name. Good work. Very good indeed. That was more cartoony than I meant to go, but I'm good with it.
Father. Papa.
Still weird.
So weird. Daddy.
The Earth crystals should be just ahead.
Oh, Daddy.
Okay, it could be worse. I guess thanks to that, you have now informed me that it definitely could be worse.
Father. Papa.
God damn it, Ferris.
It's still not good, though.
This is bad. Something's got to be controlling him.
Probably X-Death, I would assume. But stop. Don't even try it.
Step aside. With the four of you gathered like this, I can destroy you all together. How convenient.
Papa, yeah. Oh god, this guy loves calling down meteors.
Now there's four.
Yeah, 4 for the 4 warriors, I guess?
4 for the 4 warriors, 4 for the 4 crystals.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of 4s. Oh, hey!
It's Kryl!
Hi, Kryl. Goddamn Kryl.
Holy shit, it's just coming in fucking blast. I hope that Kryl does something like that in 7.0.
That would be awesome. Could a geomancer be using
Grandpa!
that? Yes.
Grandpa, I'm so glad you're okay.
Oh, Gallup. Oh, cute.
That's really good. Kryl, you're Kryl. Gallup's memory returned. Also, what is it with old men and losing their memory? Because we had 4 and 5 both did that with Tella and Gallup. Grandpa, I missed you so much.
Father. Papa.
They just keep saying it.
Yeah, it's too much for me.
Oh, don't worry. I just hit him with a little strike of thunder. He should be okay. Oh, where am I? Lena, Cericia. Is that you? Cericia? Oh.
I think it's Sarissa, isn't it?
Is it?
Cerisa?
Cerisa. Cerisa? It really is you, Sarisa. I can't believe it. You're alive. I mean, if it was Japanese, it'd be Sarisa. So,
Yeah, true.
Sarisa. So, yeah.
Papa. Oh, man.
God, the game's fucking with us now. Uh-oh.
Of course.
How? When? Who?
It always breaks. In every game, the crystal breaks. All of them.
I get that things have to escalate, but come on. But also, okay, kind of a banger.
It is kind
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow. Oh, is this the second world now? Damn.
Probably.
That looks awesome. Oh, yeah, because that's the area with the 4 stones.
X-Death! Galuf, it's good to see you again.
What?
That's interesting. Crystals, obey my magic. Give me your power. Smite these vermin. You think we're gonna just sit back and let you do whatever you want?
Oh, apparently.
Ah,
What? Papa.
light blue armor. What's wrong with light blue armor? I don't think there's anything. Ha! The crystals have been destroyed. Your world will be next, Galuf.
I think XF looks awesome. I like his design.
Yeah.
But I like that color. Father. Papa.
Anything else, Ferris?
Stop it, please.
Sarisa, Lena, Bartz, and you, warriors from another world. I fear your work is still unfinished. You must not allow the world to disappear.
Okay.
Light of Earth, come forth and reclaim your essence from me.
Hey, those are our job stats. Father.
Don't say it.
Papa.
Should we just rename the episode Papa?
Yeah, it feels like it.
Get back! The crystals must be saved.
Give them to us for jobs, please. Father, hold on. You can't die.
Sarisia, forgive me. I wasn't much of a father. Lena, Sarisa, please stay together. Be strong for one another. Bartz, take care of them, as I cannot.
Wait, Father, you can't. No, don't leave us.
So are we going with just everyone Force Ghost disappears when they die in this world?
I think so. It's starting to look that way.
Yeah, Ultra Sildra's death was very sad. Resting within the shard, a warrior's spirit, samurai, dragoon, dancer, chemist. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Dragoon, main thing of Heaven's Word.
Yes.
Samurai, main thing of Stormblood.
Yes.
Dancer, one of the jobs in Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have anything for M. Walker. I was gonna say chemist for 7.0 confirmed, but that doesn't make any sense. Also, doesn't make any sense.
But I still want chemist.
I still want chemist as a ranged DPS.
Yeah,
I'll say it. What's going on? If the ruins, they're falling. We've got to get out of here. Everybody to the airship.
Lena, come on. Okay.
It's Riku's mix breaking the game. Dude, Riku's mix basically makes no sphere grid what it is. No sphere grid runs. Yeah, you expect the king, but you don't expect Sildra, yeah. Catch our series over her in Eorzean on Twitter. Thank you, Ray Ray. They're like, I love how his death is less emotional than Sildra.
Fast, this will be a bumpy ride.
Yeah!
Riku breaks the game solo, yeah.
In Final Fantasy 10, Riku's mix is like, if you want to do a no sphere grid run, or, you know, any like crazy run in 10, Riku's mix is usually the basis of everything.
Yeah. I think my favorite character is probably Kimari, I have to say. But I love Blue Mages.
Yeah. I just love how they combined, each one of them is combined. Like,
yes.
Dragoon, like, Blue Mage for Kimari.
Like Yuno's White Mage, some of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Lena. Father, he's gone, isn't he?
I'm sure he's fine.
Jesus, I wouldn't be on. Oh, Galuf, you're gonna fall off.
Galuf, something wrong? Yeah, we've got to get moving, and now. Huh? What's going on? It's all come back to me. I remember everything. Exodus is an evil warlock from my world. 30 years ago, he came here to destroy the world's crystals, and I and 3 others, the Dawn Warriors, sealed him away with the power of the crystals. Everything was fine for 30 years. Thought it was all over. But something ominous was happening to the crystals. Once we figured it out, we took the meteors and came back here. But I was too late. Not only has Exdeath been set free, it's returned to our world. Is that because we used too much of the crystal's power? No, we were the ones who left Exdeath on this world in the first place. We should have dragged him back to our world when we had the chance.
When did we learn that Exdeath is just really kind of a tree?
I don't remember. Not for a while, I don't think. So you guys are really going back. Oh, so you guys are really going back. Yep, we've got to seal Exdeath away again. Kryle's meteorite should still have some juice left. Probably only enough for one more trip, though. Bart, Lena, Ferris, thank you so much for everything. I'll miss you guys. What kind of nonsense is that? We're going with you. I can't allow it. This is the last meteorite. You went to our world, you'll never be able to come back here. Farewell. Goodbye.
I like her.
Dude, she came in on a fucking meteorite and then thundered the shit out of a king. I mean, what more do you want from a...
That was like the best entry we've had so far.
Yeah. Galuf! Kryle! Oh, this is cool. Dude, how do the metaphysics of these meteors even work?
They're like ships, aren't they?
Well, but they just like turned into light and teleported away.
Yeah, they have like teleporters on them. I guess you need to ride the meteor down, and then you can teleport back from the meteor and to the meteor, maybe?
I guess that makes sense. Give me one quick second.
Well, what do we think about calling it soon, actually, now that we're out?
I was going to say let's call it, because this is also, after this is World War 1 ends, so this means I could go do some collecting and stuff. I mean, I'll be down a Galuf, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
The chocobos like scratches under the chin. Don't birds?
Yeah, emphatically, yes.
Don't birds like
I think
scratches
chocobos do.
on the beak? Isn't that right?
Yeah. But I don't know. I definitely would buy that a chocobo would like a scratch under the beak.
Yeah.
I feel like we've seen stuff like that before.
I remember reading that you're not supposed to fuss birds on the wings because it makes them horny.
Interesting. All you.
Uh,
Yeah.
So we've been talking. You know how they're fighting Exdeath in that other world? Well, we've got to avenge Papa.
Come on.
Yes.
God.
What's more? Galuf is...
He's one of us.
But... We know you get it.
Let's go then. To the other world.
But how do we do that? The meteorites don't have enough power to warp us anywhere.
Well, if it's meteorites we're talking about, Sid probably knows something. Also, because we haven't done it this stream at all.
Sloppy.
I don't know, you probably can't hear that, Naniri, but we have sloppy on a button now.
Really?
Maybe we should get Pop on a button. Or just you saying daddy on a button.
Oh,
Don't you start. Don't you. I love the FF3, FF5, and FF14 type Warriors of Light party who lives before you and take over from in order to finish it. Yeah, the idea that's kind of a lineage and legacy.
Yeah.
Really, good to glad to have you. I'm to kidnap Raven for FF10. Good. Let's do the Ray things quick. Do you like what we do? Consider showing your support and sign up for Patreon at www.patreon.com/Eorzean Archives. Get your name in the banner above my head, as well as at the end of videos. It goes a long way towards supporting the channel and making it very sustainable. If you enjoyed the stream and you aren't a member of our Discord, why not come join us at discord.gg/Eorzean Archives. If you play Final Fantasy XIV, you want to join our FC, we are over on Crystal Curl, and you can gladly have you along and join us for stuff like that. Catch our series over here on Eorzea on Twitter, where Ray puts up a lot of funny things that people say around Eorzea that most people never notice. A lot of NPCs have some hilarious dialogue. And then also join our YouTube channel for the low price of not much a month, only $1. You get custom emojis, special badges, and the warm fuzzy feeling of supporting your favorite archivists, namely me, Naniri, Ray, Issa, V, all those good peeps. And now Amina. As you mentioned, the point of no return for World 1 is when you leave to follow Galuf. Yeah, they to be fair, they pretty soft warn you that it's going to be a point of no return. Yeah, I mean, it's already been obvious, but yeah. Cheers, Raven. Naniri, my friend. Any final bits or bobs that you want to mention?
Papa. That was all.
Why am I even here? Yeah, well, on that lovely note. There was something else. There's something else I wanted to mention.
I know what you.
Oh yeah, if you want to generate. What?
You need to give us a papa in your gobby voice.
Okay, well that's what we'll end it on. Don't forget that we have community stream every Saturday. This Saturday we're gonna be doing mount farming. So if you've been wanting to get mounts over on 14, definitely join us for that. Papa Limo, god damn it, Rag. Okay, so we'll say our goodbyes and I'll end it with the Gabi, shall we then?
Yes.
Papa Shunt, god damn it, Rag. Okay, well then, I've been Elliot Forceron.
And I've been Neri.
Okay. Papa. 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 Okay, ending it there. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Cheers.